What's up, every pony? Well, okay, we're not gonna do that. Ugh.
What the fuck?
What is every pony?
I will leave this call.
I can't say I blame you.
Dear Celestia, today I learned something.
Where the fuck
Is
is he
it like
going?
Automat?
Oh, Warframe is watching Rakti. Really? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So sad. When are we getting an Outlast stream?
I am here. How are you, Rakti? How have you been doing, man? Shira.
Yay!
This isn't water. This is 1 calorie every 100 milliliters water.
What?
It's water with a little flavor.
Flavored water.
Speed?
Woo! No, I'm not vaping.
Baby.
I'm a man. We don't vape. Right. Shira, oh my god.
Wow!
Thank you. At least for that
Yay!
one. Bap. 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 Ooh. Just put this fucker on. Hello! Welcome to the stream, everyone! Ooh, that must have hurt. Ho, 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 ho!
Whoa!
I've been kidnapped. Someone help me.
You've been kidnapped by Uncle Tom?
Mayu.
Oh. Did you like it?
Oh my god.
Ah!
Did you like it?
I did.
Getting kidnapped. Oh my god!
I guess so, but at home.
You got kidnapped towards home, nice. Whoop! Damn. Did you drop the rocks on him already?
Not yet. Was gonna do that, but it was kind of hard when it was just me. Where the fuck is that? Oh, it's right here. Is he under there?
Oh! Yeah. Not
No,
yet.
he's not. What do you mean, yeah? He's not under there?
Oh, he keeps moving like a pussy.
Well, then move yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Commie.
Hello,
Oh!
Bar.
Oh, my lord. Oh! Wow.
We killed a poor defenseless monster with nowhere to run.
Oh, yeah, poor defenseless monster with claws the size of my goddamn arm.
He's a sweet boy.
No, he's not.
Leave him alone.
He would kill you, giving the chance. How's everyone in chat? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, hi, Tom.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome, everyone, to the Storytime 2 stream.
We only had the famous, what's it called? Famous pigeon or something. Some whiskey that I bought ages ago when I was making chocolate. Grouse?
I don't
I
know.
bought some of that ages and ages ago. And I just downed a cup of that.
Oh my
Not even
god.
a
Oh my
shot, just a
lord.
cup.
Jeez.
So it should be alright.
Alright, you got alcohol in your system and you got stories to tell.
That's
Oh no.
And I've got some like wine that I found in the fridge too.
Wise Warrior, you love the sheathing one, huh?
Oh my god.
I bet you did. We all did. The stream came up on 1 minute into me watching the video of the last one. Wait, you were watching a stream VOD? People still do that? I'm still so surprised by that. Oh. It's good to see that you all are doing good.
Uh-oh.
Did you post a quest, babe?
I'm gonna. Oh boy.
Shira's actually fighting Rabadan on her
I want
own.
the armor of him. Last time I floored the quest.
I will assist you.
Yay! Oh, speaking of failing a quest, we still have the chicken to do.
Oh my god, don't talk about him like that. Makes you look dumb.
What are you talking about?
Well, you died all those times.
Excuse me, you died twice, and then when I finally died, then that's when we failed. Fucking don't even try
That was all you, babe. It was all you. But no worries. I'm here with strong, big man arms to carry you now.
Carry me to my death.
No fear, for I am here.
Oh. You wanna... I gotta do something. I don't want to do this quest. It's not that one, it's a different one.
Well, I'm helping Shiro with Rabadan at the moment.
I'm gonna guide it again. Die.
He's a bitch. Rabadan.
Maybe he's powerful.
No, I have weak armor. I need new one.
Might Seed. Adamant Seed. Demon Powder. Hard Shell Powder. What the hell are you girls laughing at? Ooh.
You didn't want to hear that?
The hell did you say?
I set your receipt.
Oh my lord. Why?
Because you invited me here.
At least I know who you got it from.
Yeah, from you.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
Oh my god, your
I
cat's
got the
name is
receipt from you.
your cat's name is Konata. Nice. Whoa! I mounted it. Yay! I all found
I found them.
So Tom, you got some stories to tell, yeah? Let's hear it.
Let me change some of the names for keep people anonymous, because I wouldn't want anyone to. I don't know, like no one's gonna stumble upon the stories probably, but just in case.
Yeah.
Because that last story was really violent and quite explicit, so I don't really want people to be like, wait a minute, I know who that is.
Well, Dom probably says that anyway. Oh. Oh.
I'm just kind of. I've got a little
Spreadsheet.
I stopped my little dream diary thing that I had because I couldn't really remember my dreams, which is weird. Because I have like somewhere between, I would say on average 3 to 5 dreams per night, and a lot of the times I can remember loads of them, but recently I've just not been able to remember anything. There was like one dream I had yesterday where it was kind of in the setting of where I used to work, but apart from that I can't really remember anything. But now I've kind of changed it to be like a memory diary kind of thing. I'm just writing down things that I'll remember, and then I can look back at them and think, oh yeah, I remember this had like a little rubbish attached to it or something like that.
That's pretty neat. Ooh.
Oh man, I shouldn't have drank that.
Oh.
What is it? Are you getting dizzy?
No, see, when I get tipsy, you might find this a bit cute. My
You're
nose and
lightweight.
my fingertips start to tingle.
Oh. I thought you were gonna say that you were lightweight.
I wouldn't say I'm a lightweight. I mean, I might be now. I've not drank in so long. I don't drink at all really. Not even at parties. But I used to drink like a fucking fish all the time. Every Friday we used to
Fish
walk
drink?
around with my mates. Used to go to this like big field, have like a campfire, and just open up like literally 100+ beers and just fucking demolish them all. We used to be really bad in terms of like drinking.
That sounds great. Sounds like a hell of a time.
The first time we drank was what was that? That must have been, I would say, about 11 years ago, maybe. I'm just kind of estimating it. But we all, Sam, you know Sam, my cousin, he asked his mum if she could buy all of us like a bunch of just like vodka and like lager and all these different kind of like spirits and beer and stuff. And she went out and she brought back like a fucking boots worth of alcohol. And we just all took it to this field, and it was like our first drinking experience ever. This is when we were like either 14 or 15 or something like that. And
What?
There was about 11 of us, and we're all just kind of drinking Fosters and Guinness and Carlsberg, Carlings, just like all these lagers, and had like WKDs and vodka and cider like Strongbow and Magners and Copperberg and just loads of shit that we were just kind of like, we want to try that. And we kind of we were like an hour into it, and who drank the most? I had a friend called, again, like for like anonymity purposes, I'll call them Jeff. I had a friend called Jeff who within an hour had drank I think almost 17 and within the next hour 5 people who were there had just completely disappeared, and no one knew where they were. Some were in bushes, some were in like streams.
Wait, were they like fucking, or like what were they doing? Were they just like knocked out, or
they were just destroyed? Some would found parks and were like sliding down the slide and were like on the swings. There was one person who, do you remember? You probably won't remember the song. There was a really popular song on, and there was this one guy who we'll call Patrick. Patrick was on this park by himself. There was no one there, and he was speaking to this bin, which looked like a bear. And he was speaking to it, and he was throwing up into the bear's mouth as he was speaking to it, and he was having a go at the bear because he thought the bear was throwing up at him. So he was like, "What have you got a sickle around your mouth for?" Man.
Wow.
This is probably amazing if you would animate it.
There were some experiences that we had. We drank heavily, like, and I mean heavily, for maybe like 5 years straight. So all of our livers are pretty fucked as it is. That's the reason why I don't like drink or like heavily drink whatsoever anymore, because I don't want to
Die.
I don't want to die early. I don't want to have liver poisoning or anything like that.
I was gonna say that's a mood, but a lot of people do want to die.
Yeah.
Next
I wanna die.
Oh, Shira.
Like the muffin.
Shira, you need to do Rabadon more, by the way.
Wait, what?
You want his armor, right?
Yes, I need to do it more.
Get an investigation for him. Hold on. But
Investigation,
Tom,
not mission?
continue.
I'll be back in just 2 seconds. I'm gonna have a word with Emma.
Oh,
I'll continue the story when I get back.
Okay.
sounds good.
Wait,
But yeah,
2 seconds.
Yeah, Shira, if you look for a target specifically, you can get investigations, which give you more rewards.
Oh, I have no idea how to do that.
Okay, do you have the stream open on the screen, or no?
Give me a second.
Do you know, like, those three at the resource center? Those three that... You know what this is, right? Where these three are standing, like when you complete a quest and you're like on the left of you, you see those three standing there.
Oh
with the
yeah, I know.
Yeah, if you go to manage investigations, you could maybe find an investigation for Rabadan and get better rewards. Yeah, I know my investigations are full. No worries, I'll have to empty him a bit. Never gonna do that. Never gonna do that. Never do that. Especially not tempered.
Oh, I think I found it.
I did it on stream a bunch of times. How did you miss it?
Yeah.
Yeah, still delete. Oh.
Okay, so
Wait, are you doing a high rank or a low rank? Probably low rank. Yeah, you're doing low rank, definitely.
I don't know the hierarchy.
Like, if you go into your quests, like in your optional, is it a blue star or a red star?
I think all my stars are blue.
Okay, if they're blue, then you're playing easy mode. So, do you have an investigation form? Because I found one that I have.
And I will join you, I guess.
Alright, I'll post it.
It'll be way easier.
I could go my longsword and make this even easier, but nah. No, we won't.
Easy for pussies.
That's why this mantle is so OP. So OP! Alright, so when Tom's back, we're gonna have more stories, and hell, I could tell maybe a story, if you guys want.
Ooh.
Let's
hear it.
Alright, y'all want a story? Let's see what you say in chat. My day was rough. My day was rough. My entire weekend was rough, to be honest. Hated this weekend. Blah. Otherwise, I would have streamed yesterday, but I was just really feeling like shit. Oh, let's see, a story. Jeesh. I gotta pick one from the pile that's like appropriate. Yeah, me and appropriate, right? Yeah, sure.
Oh, shit.
Well, I don't want Twitch to ban me. Tom's story sounds like last week. What? Hey, where you going? God damn it.
Oh, I found him.
Oh yeah, no shit. God damn, he rolled past me, you ass.
You see him rolling. You hate it.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
What the f-
Oh lord.
I'm doing the power couple investigation, and you know, like that landslide in the nest?
Yeah?
That had just happened and it fucking killed the Rathalos. Wow, okay.
That's a pretty late epic gamer moment.
I didn't, know that could really kill him, but holy fuck.
Yeah. Back.
Oh, hey Tom. Oh. Huh?
Welcome back. We missed you.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, he's leaving.
Oh lord.
you want me to pick up from that story then?
Yeah.
So we found one of the people, one of the persons who broke away from the pack initially, and that was the guy who was like thrown up in the bin. And the second person we found was the person who drank like about 17 cans or something. I don't remember where we found him actually. I think we found him at this girl's house. We'll call her Jennifer. We found him at Jennifer's house, and he took his top off for some reason, and he had the pinkish, like the pinkest nipples I've ever seen. And I think he was saying stuff to the girl like, "Oh, I really like you. I want to be with you." And the girl was like, "Not with those nipples."
No.
Pushed him away. And that was kind of, I think he just kind of walked home after that. His dad, just on a side note, has wore shorts for like 14 years straight. Nothing else.
The fuck?
I don't know. Anyway, third person we found was Sam. Sam had just gone home. Sam had drank and drank and drank, had enough. I think he had maybe had like 12 or 13 or so. And Sam had just had enough. He had a bottle of vodka, strangely enough. He had a bottle of vodka and he thought, I wonder what chocolate and vodka tastes like. So he got a packet of Maltesers and he forced a Malteser into the neck of the bottle and was like trying to drink the vodka through the melting chocolate of the Malteser. We were just clueless, so we were kind of just like, "Are you okay, Sam? Is everything alright?" And he was like, "Yeah, but this Malteser, this vodka doesn't taste like chocolate." I was like, "Well, maybe that's because you've put one Malteser into the fucking neck of a bottle, Sam." And he was like, "Yeah, it tastes shit," and he just like threw it away. Like half a bottle of vodka would cost him, or cost his mum, I should say, at the time, maybe like a $5 or something. Just kind of like tossed it to one side because it's like ruined it. I think, you know what, as well, on another side note, he tried vodka and milk one time.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah, that wasn't good. That's not a good idea. We told him that, and he still drank it, and he threw up. But in this case, in this scenario, when we found him, we saw him doing that, and we said, stop doing that. And he put it. They threw it away, and he was at his house, and he just collapsed on his sofa, and then his dad was like, "Yeah, he's asleep." So that was it. And the last person that we found was, we'll call him Robert.
Dom.
Robert was near the park that we used to go to, and he was all sorts of hurt. He was broke up about a relationship or something, or like a friendship, I don't know.
Oh,
Something was
God.
annoying him and was like destroying his life at the time. And he was going around punching rocks and walls and fences and anything that was in his path. If there was anything wooden or stone or brick, it doesn't matter, he was punching it. And his fists, his like knuckles were all fucked. And he was just kind of going back and being like, I'm so angry. And I was just like, stop punching things, you dickhead. Stop messing your knuckles up. And he was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. So that was kind of just like an introduction of our drinking things, and it kind of just escalated from there. It went
Sounds amazing.
over the like 5 odd years or however long we like heavily drank for. It was every Friday night we used to go out and we used to get absolutely smashed. And I've I don't really dare to touch a drop again when I'm around them, because I know that we'll do stupid shit.
Well, what didn't you like do anything like dumb or stupid, or like you were found somewhere, or like what?
We all did some really stupid shit. There's one time, that we got completely drunk, and Sam, of all people, there was this goalpost on this field, and Sam took the top off it, and he thought it'd be really cool if I spun this around on my head. So he was spinning this, like, I don't know, 7 foot, 8 foot goalpost around on his head, and one of the girls that was there, kind of like a little, like, I don't know, party thing that we were having in the field, comes over and she goes, Sam, what you doing? And she gets walloped around the head by a goalpost that Sam's spinning around. But she's absolutely fine, I will say. She's not in hospital or anything like that. And at the time, she got like clamped on the back of her head, and Sam's response was, "Why are you coming near me when I've got a goalpost on my head swinging around?" and she kind of she puts a hand on the back of her head and she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! I've just been hit by a goalpost in there." And me and this other girl called I'll call her Cleo. I don't know. Cleo comes over and she's like, "Oh no, don't worry, you're fine, everything's fine." We're trying to like calm her down the situation, and there was a tiny bit of blood at the back of her head, but her head wasn't split open or anything like that. It's just kind of like a little cut that's happened, and we were trying to say to her, "Everything is fine, you know. We'll just take you back to someone who's like relatively close to the area," and we took her to someone who was like five minutes away, but on that walk. She kept on saying, "Am I bleeding? Am I bleeding? Am I bleeding?" And we're saying, "No, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Just focus on getting back, and we can sort everything out when we get there." And she puts her hand on the back of her head, and she looks at her hand, and you can see the blood, and she starts fucking hyperventilating, and she just starts going mental, being like, "Oh, I'm bleeding, I'm gonna die." And then we finally get her back after just kind of like calm her down, and we get her back there. We talk to the person who is gonna like look after her, and she's like, "Yeah, everything's fine, don't worry." We get back to Sam, and he's still fucking swinging the goalpost around. he's still swinging it around, being like, "Hey Tom, look at this. I'm swinging the goalpost around." It's like, do you not realise what you've done?
He's so focused on that one thing.
Sam used to be such a I don't know, just like such a fun guy.
In other words,
I've been talking about like not getting drunk and stuff. I need to get Sam drunk again, because Sam drunk is funny. Sam drunk is very funny. As a small little detour from this story, there was one time where me and my friend Marcus went round Sam's house, and we were with a couple of other people as well, and Sam was like really drunk. And he went to the bathroom, and I'm sure everyone knows what Blue Waffle is. And we put Blue Waffle as his desktop background on his PC, and we turned his PC off. And when he was like, "Oh, my PC's turned off," and we were like, "Yeah, I don't know, Sam, must have been a power cut." And then he turned it back on, and he was like, "Oh, what's that? Oh no!" And he just was greeted by this awful image. If anyone doesn't know what Blue Waffle is, please do not Google it. Just don't. Just pretend it is actually a blue waffle, and Sam doesn't like waffles. That's good enough for the story.
Yeah, don't call me. Don't look it up.
It's in the same. You know what? Blue Waffle was in the same time period as. Do you guys remember what Goatsy was?
No.
You know, remember Goatsy? Again, don't Google Goatsy. Just imagine Goatsy as being a goat.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't Google it. Please don't.
Don't Google.
Twitch TOS.
We're not reliable for anything you may or may not look up.
Do not look at anything. I didn't say anything. I'm just talking about waffles and goats. That's all.
He can't have gluten. He doesn't like waffles. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. And he was freaked out. He was like, "Oh no! I don't like waffles and goats." That's why he was so freaked out.
No.
But there's been so many things. If you're asking about like an embarrassing story with me, I've got plenty of those as well.
Sounds good.
Would you rather hear one about me throwing up at a party, or me throwing up outside of a public toilet?
Okay, at a party already sounds like fun, but what would make the public toilet one fun is what I'm wondering. I'll let chat decide. You guys in chat choose. Twitch interaction, everybody.
both are pretty
Okay, we got one vote for the
pretty
party.
disgusting. What do you guys think? What do you think, Cheryl?
I want to hear both, so I'm letting the chat.
Okay.
Okay, we got one vote for party and one for toilet.
Party.
Alright, let's go for party then.
Okay. So the party one, in my opinion, isn't as good as the toilet one.
I knew it!
But I guess I'll probably like end up saying both anyway. So the party one was my brother had invited myself and my friend Johnny to the party that he was going to go to. This party was from my brother's friend, and he just thought I'll bring my brother along and his friend because he'll kind of liven the party up, and I don't know, just kind of like add on stuff. Anyway, we brought a big crate, which was a 24-pack of Carlsberg, I think it is. That's the green one, green lager, or is it Carlins? No, Carlsberg, I think it is. So we brought that to the party, and we were kind of like, we'll have 12 each, we'll be fine. Well, to be honest, we normally drank, like, when I say we drank heavy, we drank like 15 cans every Friday, and we were fine for the most part.
For the most
if
part.
we weren't punching walls and sleeping on the floor and stuff. We brought this crate over to this party, and the party was really dull. Like, there was a couple of people there drinking just like one Budweiser and being like, "Oh no, that's enough for me. No more, please." And we were in. I think we were back to the fireplace. We were kind of like sitting in the fireplace, just like down in beer constantly. And we were looking around thinking, why is not anyone else drinking? So we thought, fuck it then, we'll just have our own little thing. So we kept on drinking. And one of Dan's friends, called John said, he goes, "Oh Tom, have you ever tried Sambuca?" And I said, "No, never tried Sambuca before." And he says, "Why don't you try some?" So I thought, that's a nice fella, nice guy, offering me some Sambuca. So I tried some, and if anyone has never tried Sambuca, it tastes like liquid licorice. So I quite like licorice. So I thought, this is amazing. This is really nice. So I downed quite a lot of it, not knowing the volume of it at the time. But anyway, I drank quite a lot of that, and also quite a lot of lager. And this is a constant theme that has continued throughout my life, that I've always just ignored for whatever reason. Anything that, like, if I mix cider or lager or spirits together, that results in me being sick. I know that, but I do it anyway because my brain is just like, you can drink that, why don't you drink it? And it doesn't think I'll be sick afterwards. So I drank the Sambuca. I don't think Johnny had any. I think it was just me. I drank quite a lot of it, and someone in the background was like, "I'm gonna order Chinese. Anyone want some?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll order some Chinese too." So we had like, I think I ordered like a chicken chow mein and some rice and chips, and these motherfuckers, prawn crackers. I love prawn crackers, but in this story, I don't love them in this story. Ooh. The Chinese came, and we all started to dig in, and we're all being like, yeah, this is really good stuff. Because obviously when you drink and you get drunk, anything food-wise just tastes incredible. And I ate all the chips and the rice and the chicken chow mein and that. And then when it got to the prawn crackers, I was like, the best ones to last. And I was eating these, and by like the 4th or 5th prawn cracker, my brain was like, Tom, something's not right in your stomach.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And I thought, don't worry about it, everything will be fine. And I stuffed the last prawn cracker into my mouth. And as I was chewing it, I then thought, yeah, I'm going to be sick here. So I rushed outside to the garden, and just as like a precaution, I thought, oh god, okay, please don't be sick, please don't be sick, please don't be sick. And just as my body was like, no, you're gonna be fine, Tom, I just went blur and just like was sick everywhere, all over this poor girl's flowers. Just like, it was the sick was nasty, man. It was like a pure brown with like little white bits of prawn crackers in, and for some reason, instead of just doing it in one spot, I sprayed it all over the garden. So all in the mud, there was just this brown sick with like little prawn crackers in everywhere. And someone came outside and they were like, Tom, you being sick? And I just turned towards the door, and there was just like little prawn crackers on my beard, and there was like a little like bit of sick dripping down me, and I was like,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
being sick.
Why was I expecting no?
I had to go home after that.
Oh man.
And I've recently rekindled my love with prawn crackers because they are gorgeous. They are really delicious. But I hadn't eaten them for like a year after that, because every time I tasted one, I just thought back to that memory.
For whatever reason, I just imagine a cat or a dog coming outside doing the fucking Gordon Ramsay thing. Finally some fucking delicious food or something.
Oh no!
It was it was definitely a night. I'll remember for a while, and my brother will remember it too, because after I was sick, he then had to call someone to pick me up, and he was like, "You've completely ruined my night, Tom." And I was like, "Got any more prawn crackers, mate?" I've got another like pretty embarrassing one that I don't mind saying, because I think it's quite hilarious talking about like really embarrassing stories. Or you can hear about the party one.
How about I do one now?
You can do one if you want, yeah.
All right. Okay, so some of you may have already heard this one. Finally, some good fucking food. Exactly that meme. Also, Shira, do you need more Rabadam before I start the story?
I only need some bone. Warped bone. I don't know where to get it.
Warped bone? I don't think that's from him, is it?
No, that's from Bone Piles.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go in investigation. I don't need help. Thank you.
Okay. You don't need to go. You can just expedition, not investigation. Okay, here's my story then. So, at some point, I used to have like a friend who was dating a girl that I didn't really know that well, and her best friend was single, and I was single at the time. So he thought it was a genius idea to try and hook us up. And I didn't mind. I thought she was cute. I thought, yeah, I could smash this and not regret it in the morning. So, yeah, it's a real shitty way of saying it, I know. But, so I went over there to his place. Both of the girls were there. He had a bunch of fucking alcohol. And basically, she challenged me that if I could drink whatever the hell she could brew up, I would be getting laid with her. So of course, 15-year-old Trav thought, yeah, I'm a Chad, I'm a big boy, I can do this. And I said, yeah, let's do it. Whoa! Fuck, I got screaming out here. Hold on. So yeah, I can do this. Sure. I'll fucking whatever the hell she brews up. And then I'm gonna smash this girl. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna finally lose my virginity. Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. So, she brews up. She opens up the fridge. She opens up all the closets. She like finds chocolate sauce, ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, curry, and some vodka, some cola, some Fantas, like that, you know, like that orange soda, that stuff, and put it all in a fucking blender. No, not raw egg, I think. It could be in there, but I don't think it was in there.
How much did you have to drink? Do you have to drink the whole cup, or is it just
like a glass full? So she puts this in a glass. I grab the fucking glass. I'm in a little bit of doubt. I think they could see the doubt in my eyes. Like, wow, this looks really fucking disgusting. But I thought, come on, it's for getting late, okay? But I already had like some drinks prior. I don't remember how much exactly, but I had some drinks before. So I was like, okay, here goes. So I chug it in, and I keep it inside. It's like, wow, this is really fucking gross. This is really fucking disgusting. I hate this. But, gonna get laid, man! Woo! Woo! So I kept it in. We sit down, and she's like, wow, you actually did it. Well, let's hang around here for like an hour or so, and then we're gonna go to your place. And my mom wasn't home, so yay!
Oh my god.
So I sit down on the couch as she starts giving me a lap dance because my pal at the time said, hey, why don't you give him a lap dance? Like a little bit of a tease before you go. So she starts doing that, and then all of a sudden my stomach said, hi, I don't accept this. Take it back. And while she's lap dancing, I feel it coming up, and my friend sees it in my eyes. He sees me panicking, and he's like, no, get off of him, get off of him. And then she gets off of me, and I lean to the side over the couch and go, and I fucking puke all of it over the floor. And those two start laughing, except for the girl that made the drink. I don't know if she felt insulted, or was like, god damn, I don't know if I'm actually still gonna fuck now. Because she was one of those girls that really liked kissing a lot, so, yeah. You wanna kiss, baby? So I puked over the floor, and then I felt so shitty. I said, I'm gonna go home. And then he said, no, you're gonna clean that. I said, no, I'm gonna go home. So I went home.
Oh my god.
Because I felt like I was about to fucking collapse into sleep.
Oh my god.
So I went home. I collapsed on my bed. And next thing you know, it was like 3 p.m. in the next day. And I call up my friend and said, fuck, what happened? Then he explained, and it all came back to me. And I was sitting there like, so that wasn't a dream.
And
Fuck.
you still had your virginity.
That was the worst part. Oh wait, I forgot to tell. You guys know like Spiritus?
Huh?
Never heard of it.
Well, it's basically like this cleaning, this cleaning item which people use to like clean their cupboards and all, and like it has a very high alcohol percentage. I had that evening too, not knowing that it was, you know, for cleaning.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's probably what did it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like her mixture or the Spiritus that did it, but my god, it was horrible.
I think I would like to try like vodka and mustard and ketchup and stuff, just to see what that tastes like. No, I think that could be quite nice.
Okay, as someone that took it, no.
But you had like fucking flash and shit in your in your little like concoction that you had to drink. I don't know. I think at least one of those, like maybe mustard and vodka might be quite nice, because vodka kind of like tingles your throat, and mustard is quite strong on the tongue, so you would have like a nice little tingle all the way down your mouth.
No thanks.
Maybe.
And that's the story of how I didn't lose my virginity.
Wow. A sad story.
Well, to be fair, like later on, I got into a relationship with with like, let's just say, my famous ex, whom you guys have heard many stories about. And actually, I would have preferred losing my virginity to her, because The girl that was like giving the lap dance and promising to take my virginity if I could if I would drink what she brewed up, she was kind of a slut and a bitch. So I'm glad I didn't lose my virginity to her and at least have some good memory of losing it. As cheesy as it fucking sounds, but I'm a bit cheesy, so fuck it, you know?
At least you have a good memory of losing it.
Oh, hell yeah. My first time having sex was hilarious. We both were laughing. You might be wondering, how the fuck do you laugh during sex the first time? It's like, well, you had to be there to know.
I'm sickened but curious.
Wanna try? Wanna try?
Laughing?
Ah, never mind.
So innocent.
Yeah, but I'm glad that I didn't lose my virginity to her. But at the time, I was like, damn, she's like so hot and stuff. It would have been so cool.
That's such a fucking teenage thought.
Yeah, exactly. But I was a teenager. I was a very dumb teenager, even though I was the smartest in my school. Supposedly, so the teachers told me. Hell yeah, I mean, hell, everybody experiences them. There's nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, don't be stuck in your fucking Chad ways for the rest of your life, you fucking dummy. I used to be a Chad while being a gamer.
Down in
Trav the Chad.
fucking eating cheese in Mr. Sheen or whatever it was.
It was fucking great though. Like, my teenage years were actually absolute shit, but I did have some good memories.
That's good.
That was a good memory.
And not losing my virginity right now was a good memory, but back then it was like, oh man, this was my chance, bro.
Cuffed again.
Have you ever wondered why guys get so much power during No Nut November? Well, of course, you're like, you see, the amount of seed you have in your balls is your power level. If you don't fucking ejaculate, you also raise your IQ by not ejaculating. There you go.
You keep the intelligence. You absorb the intelligence of all your little guys.
Of all your could-be children.
of all your would-be children.
Yeah. Isn't that like fucking... That's awesome, actually, if that was a thing.
I feel really fucking shameful. Sometimes. I think everyone kind of has that. I mean, not everyone. I should. Some people have it. As a guy, this is gross. As a guy, I have that kind of. That could have been a baby. Thought.
You think that when she swallows or when you polish?
Whoa, Twitch TOS, Twitch TOS!
Why am I
Jeez,
here?
Trav!
Jesus Christ!
I don't.
Sure, just don't listen.
I'm not one of your guys.
Oh, sorry, sure.
I don't know how I feel about this anymore, Chief.
Common stuff, man.
Oh my god.
Oh
Wow.
Oh no!
No, Mr. Trump.
But I do feel guilty sometimes. All the time. I feel that could have been someone, you know. He could have been someone important.
He could have been a little Tom.
Flushed that bad boy. You know, back in high school, we used to have something called, I don't know if this is common or anything, but when we were kind of like, everyone was experimenting with like sex and masturbation and things like that. I don't know if that's Twitch TOS. If it's not, replace it with sandwich making. So when we were making our sandwiches, and everyone used to make the sandwiches in a different way. One particular way of making your sandwiches was to make a sandwich inside of a condom, and it was called a pumpling. And people used to boast about it at our school, being like, "Yeah, I've just made a really big sandwich with this condom," and everyone used to kind of being like, "Wow, how good are you at sandwich making?" I don't know whether that's a big thing or whether that's just a weird thing we had at our school.
That's definitely yours.
Either way, it was quite competitive, and there were quite a lot of people who.
Amazing.
Oh. My high school was a bunch of Chad retards. Emphasis on the retards.
The group that I was in was kind of just like the weird. We were just weird people.
There's a lot of rednecks where I live. And this one guy, I remember it was like in my last year of high school. And this guy must have been, he must have been like 19 or 20. Because, you know, we were all kind of small. Like as far as the classes. But this guy, he was like a grown fucking man sitting in our classroom. Like he already had a kid and everything like that.
That's weird.
That's what kind of school I went to. Pretty good.
Maybe it was like a nephew of the principal or something. But anybody above the age of 20 in like a fucking high school, that doesn't happen.
It was weird.
But thanks to Tom now, like every time I guess I bring the whipped cream out, I can't help but think, march, my minions, march.
Jesus Christ.
I'll be right back 2 seconds again.
God damn it.
I love this. Oh, Mr. Trump. Oh. Yeah. He had kids at 19? God. Jesus fuck, yeah, that's weird. That's way too early.
There's a town that is infamous for cousinly love, if you get my drift, so...
It's America, I expect nothing less.
It's America!
Oh!
It's like I'm living in the South, but I don't.
Maybe it's just a nationwide thing, but America's so ashamed of it that they don't want to, like... They just say, oh yeah, it's just the South, bro. Come over here, bring your cousin. You already have a wife. What? Nothing.
That's called Alabama.
Sweet home Alabama. Ooh. Oh, I love it. It's fucking great.
Oh. God.
Oh, today is a great stream. Too bad that not many people are here.
How many are watching right now?
Only 15.
Oh. Well, that's still 15 people. Hey.
Eh, it's better than a kick in the teeth, I guess.
But I actually, I'm not gonna say what state it is for reasons, but it's north. Like it's not south at all. Like, yeah.
As long as it's not fucking New York, because you know, New York is a tourist attraction.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Fuck you.
I'm just getting a cup of coffee.
I need a Philly cheesesteak.
I've never had one of those.
Me neither. Well, duh, right?
Yeah. All they have here
Hello,
is
Funky
pizza.
Dane. Next green text when, and Ludwig has to join. Wednesday is when we have it planned.
Money's for Daddy.
Oh, Canadian! Why, thank you, sir. I appreciate, mate.
Who's that Ludwig person again? I forgot.
Oh, it's a good friend of ours. She's one hell of a girl.
Oh.
Like she you remember me talking about the carnival and puking in a fucking hoodie? That's Ludwig.
Oh.
Yes. No. So, I think she had like some shit to drink as well.
It was at the carnival, so
Oh.
carnival food,
Ooh.
I guess.
I don't know how bad you Americans are with food like that, but
Well, I mean, imagine something just fucking destroyed with grease, and
like deep fried butter.
yeah, like double deep fried.
Yeah.
America.
Fuck no.
Have you guys ever had a battered Mars bar?
No.
What?
What?
Oh shit.
It's you know what a Mars bar is, right?
Yeah,
Mars
but
bar? Oh, I never had it.
It's like a nougat with caramel covered in chocolate.
Ooh.
yeah, Mars bar.
Yeah.
Oh. I've heard of them, but I've never had one.
You can get a battered one up in Scotland. Well, I guess a lot of places in England do them too, but in Scotland here it's quite big.
The heck?
Yeah, it tastes just like a chocolate Belgian waffle. It's really nice.
Nice. Oh, I like Mars, but there's so much fucking sugar in those fuckers.
that guy in your chat, the man with the gun, said deep fried Mars bars are as Scottish as haggis. He is so true.
Yeah, Tom's also reading chats. Say hi to Tom, everyone.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Thanks.
You're being welcomed, damn.
Oh,
You don't like
haggis.
Mars?
You've never had haggis. Haggis is amazing.
Well, oh my god, Shira.
It sounds disgusting, right? It sounds horrible because it's just like a bunch of rubbish shoved inside of a sheep's stomach.
Ugh.
But
But
it's it's just like a kebab and it's delicious. You have it with potatoes and turnips, but as it's called up here, you call it haggis, neeps, and tatties, as the Scottish would say.
huh.
And it's lovely, honestly. You mix the turnip in with the mash, and then you have a bit of haggis on there as well, so it's like a meaty, potatoey with a bit of veg. Oh man,
I'm hungry now.
it's really nice.
I never had that, and judging that it's in sheep stomach, it doesn't sound that attractive either.
I thought that, right? When I first heard it, I was like, "Oh, haggis, that sounds disgusting." There's actually an ongoing joke with with Scotland and haggis. If you go into like a lot of the inns or like big popular tourist bits, they'll have like a kind of hedgehog-like creature on display, and it'll be titled a haggis. And people who come over, like there's loads of Americans and just like Europeans and loads of other people that just kind of come over to Scotland to experience like a lot of the moors and the different like culture that they have. But people come over and be like, "Oh look, that's a haggis. That's what a haggis looks like," and it's a big ongoing joke that everyone who is Scottish is into, and it's just like this little creature, like a kind of like a hedgehog, and people think, "Oh yeah, that's a haggis. That's what we eat with haggis." It's really weird. If you go on Google and type in haggis, and more than likely there'll be a little like hedgehog type creature on one of the top searches.
That's amazing.
We went to we live kind of western Scotland, and the more north you get, the more kind of deserted everything becomes, and it kind of feels really dated, if that makes sense. It kind of feels a lot like you're behind in the technology kind of age. There's no cities, there's like tiny villages with tiny people, and there's a lake, or lochs as they're called. There's lochs and there's moors and there's big mountains and everything. It's really lovely. But there's this one place near a place called Inverness that we went to. Inverness is quite maybe like middle-ish in Scotland, which is kind of like almost at the top of where the UK is. And there was this little inn that we went to have a meal at. And the moment we walked in, we looked to the right, and there was a taxidermy of this creature that was titled haggis. And we walked in, and the innkeeper looked at us, and we were like, "We know what you're fucking up to. That's not haggis, mate. We know what haggis is." And they were like, "Yeah, you know what it is." But it's a big ongoing joke. If anyone does go to Scotland and someone says, "Oh, have you seen a haggis?" Never say, "Yeah, I've seen one out in the wild," because you look like an absolute fuckhead.
You look like a knob that doesn't. That you're an obvious tourist.
Everyone thinks it's like a like a hedgehog kind of thing. It's weird.
Well, I knew it was food, but I already knew that it was like that I didn't like it just by the sound of it. But I always get reminded of like how gross the process is of making it, I guess.
It's pretty horrible, but it does taste incredible. It's very greasy though, but it's very much like a kebab. If you've had a kebab, then you've had a haggis pretty much. Some haggises are a lot more peppery because they're filled with a lot more spices and herbs, which makes them really, really, really nice because it gives them like an added flavour to them. But if you've never had haggis, don't think it's a sheep's stomach, I'm not going to try it. Give it a go. If you don't like it, as long as, you know, at least you've given it a go. That's my advice.
Okay. Half of your parents' side is Scottish, but you've never eaten it? Damn, I'm mad, man! Sub hype, thank you. Ow.
Nice.
Definitely recommend. Anyone who has like can eat haggis, like if it's available at quite a lot of stores in the UK. In Scotland it's available pretty much anywhere because it's do you guys know who, I don't know his first name, there's a thing in Scotland called Burns Night. I think it's Robert Burns. He's a poet.
Giggity?
Do you guys know who that is?
No.
Neither did I until I came to Scotland. Apparently it's a big day that they celebrate. I think his name's Robert Burns and he's a poet or something like that. Anyway, when that kind of day was rolling around the corner, Emma's mum was like, "Oh, we're going to celebrate Burns Night, so I'm going to pick up some haggis." And I said, "Who's that?" And I tried to make a Simpsons joke. I was like, "Is that Mr. Burns?" And I was looked at like really, like I was an idiot. Like, you don't know who Robert Burns is, or whatever his name was. And I was like, "No, never heard of it."
No.
And they looked at me as if I was a leper, and I was like, "I'm not cultured enough in Scottish law to know who Mr. Burns is." So it's this old guy, and they have haggis every night. Not every night, but every year on a day. I think it's like January the 22nd, or 23rd, or something. They celebrate this man who writes something.
Who writes? Oh my god! Talk about underplaying.
I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about him, but I do know that you have haggis on that night. So whenever it's Burns Night, I'm like, "Fuck yeah! It's Burns Night, haggis night."
Is that like a monthly or like 1 day a year thing?
It's just a 1 day a year thing, but it's to celebrate some bloke who, I don't know, is like a wordsmith.
Ah. That's neat.
I'd never heard of it before I come to Scotland though. So some people were like, "Oh, you're gonna celebrate Burns Night?" And I'm like, "Sure, I know what that is." Having no idea, thinking like it's some sort of weird ongoing Guy Fawkes night. And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'll be sending off fireworks." And they're looking at me like, "What? Who's this English cunt?"
Like, as someone that like has no experience with like British culture or Scottish culture, this just all sounds so amazingly fascinating, but at the same time it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
A lot of it is very weird because even though Scottish people, and this probably applies to, obviously applies to Welsh and like Irish too, but there's so much lingo that you have to learn as well. It's not just oh, they speak English, therefore you understand them. There's a lot of shit they say which you'll be thinking, I've got no idea what you've just said. Absolutely no idea. Even though it comes out English, you're using English words. I've got no idea what you've just said.
Isn't the Scottish accent like really heavy?
Yeah, do you know what keek is? Keek?
No.
That's a word they use.
Cake?
Keek.
Yeah, but does it mean cake or something?
Nope.
What then?
Mean shit. I think.
What?
Keek.
It's like a whole new language.
It's honestly it's like a whole new fucking language. Someone once said, "Oh, that's keek," and I was like, "I'd like a bit of keek," and they were like, "You're like shit."
It's actually pretty close to my language then, because we say cock for shit.
Oh, there you go. At least that's not that's a bit better then, because I wouldn't want cock.
Well, it's somewhat the same pronunciation, but not completely. Like cock.
There's just like loads of different words that they say. I actually can't think of anything off my head at the moment, but there's a lot of things that I've heard.
Jesus.
That it's just so bizarre. And then they'll say it, and then I'll say, what does that mean? And they'll look at me as if I'm a fucking alien. And it's not that, it's just because I've never heard that word before. No one who doesn't live in Scotland has heard that shit before. It's just really strange.
I mean, it sounds amazing.
You definitely have to pick up an ear for it. Me and Emma went to... This will be funny, you probably won't understand what I'm saying here. But we went to a place called Loch Lannach.
Is that where the Loch Ness Monster is?
No. That's like north of Aberdeen, I think. That's like 2 hours away from where we are.
Sheep shagging bastards. Sheep shagging bastards.
We went to a place and there was a guy on the train who was on the phone and he was talking to someone. I think it was about I think it was about like his house bill or something. He kept on mentioning like 2017, 2018, and then saying apartment. So I thought it was about something about his house. Anyway, he came up to me and Emma, and he said to Emma, "Did this door open at the last platform?" She didn't understand what he said though, because he kind of mumbled it and he had a really thick Scottish accent. So he came over and he was like, "This is what I'm in the last platform," and she was like, yeah, he did, yeah. And she had no fucking idea what he said. And he was like, oh, and she was like, yeah, and like laughing away with it. And I was sitting there like, none of us have got a fucking clue what this idiot is talking about. And he asks a question. It literally comes out like this. It to me at least, it sounded like this. He went, no. And he looked at me, and I was like, shit, do I say yes or no, or do I laugh like nervously? So I just went, no mate, and he went, right, and he just went off to the next carriage. I thought, either dodged a bullet there or saved his life, one of the two, because had a single clue what was going on about. Some of it was weird. Some of it is just so strange.
Like, I remember, like, when this was parading on Twitter, where apparently, like, this clip from, what was it again? Wreck-It Ralph came, where this Scottish girl from, like, what was it again? Brave?
Oh, Brave.
Was talking Scottish, and, like, everyone's just sitting there when she talked, well, huh?
I didn't know what she was saying.
Yes.
Oh, God.
There's a funny story about that, actually.
Huh?
It's not to do with Wreck-It Ralph, but it's to do with Brave. So in Scotland, everything's quite close-knit, right?
Yeah.
And the people who put Brave out, like, which is like Disney, they put Brave out as to be like, this is the Scottish thing. When you want to think of Scotland, you think of Brave, because they want people to associate it with like Disney and shit like that. So they buy merch and whatever. Anyway, I think it was an organisation in Glasgow who did this, or maybe it was Edinburgh, one of the two big cities. They made a program which you can actually find on YouTube. It's called Sir Billy, spelled Sir as in Sir, and then Billy as in Billie, I think. And you can type that in on YouTube, and it is at least it looks like, the worst animation. It's a fucking mess. It's about this like adventurous old granddad that is trying to like save these animals, some rubbish like that. And this company who made it was really really just confused. They decided to promote Brave over this like Sir Billy thing. If you've not seen it, please have a look at it, because the trailer just is so bizarre and so weird. It's voiced by Sean Connery. The main character is voiced by Sean Connery, because Sean Connery, I think, grew up in, I think it was Edinburgh, and he voiced it because he was like, yeah, I'm Scottish, I want to sort of, you know, rep where I'm from and that. So he voiced it, and it's just so weird. It's just such a weird trailer. But the company who made it was so like
Ashamed?
confused. No, ashamed. They were really proud of it. They thought that should be promoted more than Brave was. I thought Brave was pretty good, but they thought this like Sir Billy thing should be promoted a lot more than Brave was. And if you see the trailer, you'll be shaking your head and giggling and oh man, it's just
I'm almost tempted
stupid.
to pull it up on stream.
If you've never seen it, at least it gave me a laugh. I don't know if it'll give anyone else a laugh, but it's just shit.
I'm
It's
really
so
tempted
shit.
to. I'm tempted to pull it up on stream and like let everyone see it at the same time.
I would recommend that you could do that because it is quite funny, to me at least. I don't want to like hype it up too much, but
Well, shitty
It's just
animation
so
usually
shit.
shitty animation usually is so
bad.
funny to laugh at.
it just looks like it's very amateur and Sean Connery in it when he's voiced it, for whatever reason he whispers.
What?
When you hear it, you can fucking barely hear what he says, and he's the main character, and he kind of just mumbles and whispers his words. Don't know why he does it.
Oh, I'm really in the mood for some fucking shit, fucking laddie.
It's really strange. People want you to do it. People want you to do it in the chat.
noticed.
I'd say go for it because it's just so odd. It's such a weird thing to watch.
Let me just kill this
We've never
Puke
watched
real
it.
quick.
We've never like watched the full film. Me and Emma sometimes say, you know, do you want to kind of like jokingly watch that? Because we watch a lot of jokey like horror films and just like, you know how we watched Twilight the other week, which we actually ended up enjoying. We watch a lot of like jokey stuff, but we can't find that online because everywhere has kind of like quickly took it down. Probably because it's dog shit, but we still want to see it because of the trailer. Because the trailer is just, man, it's something else.
You know what? I'll do it like after I kill this Puke. We're gonna pull that up on stream and we're gonna laugh.
Oh boy.
Oh!
If anyone can watch it without cringing through their bloody teeth, then I'll be very surprised.
Oh, yeah, you're always gonna have like that one person that says, "Oh, I didn't cringe."
But it's got like, you know, like how they have the movie guy voice who does like the summer kind of voice.
In a
It has that,
world.
and he's like the granddad that we all wish we had. And it's like, what? What are you on about? It's just so weird. I really want you to see it.
I'll do it. Like after this fucking Puke, I'll do it.
And the accents as well. The accents that they go for is it's
Over exaggerated or
under exaggerated. They've tried to make it sound more English so people understand them, but it sounds more like people who aren't Scottish trying to do a Scottish accent. So it sounds less genuine, which is bad.
It sounds like the perfect disaster.
You know, like how you know The Room,
Yeah.
that film.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. It's like that, but it's like the Scottish version of The Room.
Puke
I'm
dead.
just fucking flummoxed by how the people who developed it or like made it thought, why is Brave, you know, being like the Scottish thing, and why this isn't. I thought Brave was a good film, as I've said. I thought it has quite a lot of feels in, decent story, and it's quite underrated for what it is. But this thing is a fucking disaster.
Mm. All right, I'm a
Poor Sir
tab
Billy.
out. Sir
I'm gonna watch
Billy.
this.
Let's have a look.
This is good.
Where is it? YouTube. Sir Billy.
Fuck, I would have missed it.
Wait, is it? Oh my god! I see the first picture of it, and I'm already not gonna.
Go on. Is it of
Oh.
Sean Connery's character? Is it a fucking bald guy? Yeah.
And the thumbnail is like a police guy with a weird mustache.
Go on. Put it on. Put it on. Put it on.
You for real?
Oh man. Yeah.
Pinnacle Films. Okay, I need to like hold on. Where's the? Because like right now it's only capturing Monster Hunter, which is, you know, not what I want. So what if I turn
Sorry.
off Monster Hunter World like this? Okay, there you go. And then if I pull Sir Billy up like this, full screen it, and press this button. Oh boy, it's working. It's working.
A black screen.
Best
Oh,
film
God.
of 2018 or 17 or whatever it was
Oh.
released.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay, is everyone ready?
Can you post the link of it into the chat, please? I cannot watch it.
I'll do it after we watch it. Hold on.
Ah, thank you.
I'll do it for you, sure.
Okay.
Whatever.
3, 2, 1. Oh god. Billy Productions Limited. Oh, I bet. Wait, what was it? What did he say?
In the deepest, darkest highlands,
Oh my god, is this Snake? Is this Solid Snake?
evil lurks.
What? What?
And
Oh my god.
unfolds.
What the what in the what hold what in the
Is a secret.
huh?
Ew. Ew.
It's really gross animation.
I will find you. One man. Oh god, what is this? A skateboarding crowd. Oh my god.
But Grandpa, Sir Sean Connery is Sir Billy.
Oh my god.
Billy to my friends.
This is
Ew.
an old grandpa who skateboards.
Oh my god. This is
His policemen are against them.
oh
We'll get to Bessie.
oh
Get white whispers.
oh my god.
Can this octogenarian
Oh,
his goat save the
And his goat saved the
coming as Gordon the goat? Together they can take you on the ride of your life and keep you at the edge of your seat.
This is what the
Sir
fuck?
Sean Connery is Sir Billy, the kind of grandpa we all wish we had.
No, I don't. I don't want him as my grandpa. You fucking retards. This sure reminds me of another adventure. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. You poor Scottish folk. This is your fucking mascot. What the hell? What the hell?
That is what people, or rather, that is what the people who developed that film want to be promoted rather than Brave, and they were really annoyed. They were annoyed that that trailer and that film wasn't and is not as popular as Brave.
I wonder why.
Fucking like this is something like that's some like art student would make their first time, and then it would be like thrown on YouTube for free. But this is like a movie that you pay for.
It's so bizarre.
Oh my
I've just
God.
got no words. My main criticism with it is why the fuck does Sean Connery whisper? He's like,
Oh. This reminds
I just
me of
don't get
another
it.
adventure.
it's so strange. It's like a really lucid dream that you have, and you think, oh wow, glad I woke up, and then you realise that it's got X amount of hits on YouTube. Unbelievable. Yet believable.
Oh, I love it. It's like so bad that you just can't help but point and laugh.
And to put the cherry on the cake, I think this is true. That was the last film that Sean Connery did before he said, "That's it, I'm done with acting."
I wonder why.
Oh, what a low note to go out on.
The guy who has been in so many like amazing films, who was James Bond, like one of the first, if not the first, I think. Was he the first James Bond? Probably.
I don't know.
To be such a, you know, well-known and renowned actor, to go out with an actual bang with that mess.
Oh,
what a disaster.
My lord. In a world.
There you go. There's Sir Billy, and I'm glad everyone can enjoy that for the rest of their lives.
Could have lived a long and happy life without seeing that shit.
There you go. You're never gonna forget that, Cat. That's gonna stay with you until the day you die. On your deathbed, you're gonna whisper, "Sir Billy," before you die.
And I'm gonna be there and say, "God damn it, Tom was right."
And Charles gonna be like, "Yay!"
Speaking of, no, is he here or what?
Look at what funky Dane put in the thing.
Sir Billy, 1 hour and 20 minutes long. 15% people like the film. 4.3 out of 10 on IMDb, and that movie had a $15 million budget. Dollars?
No.
Wait, Americans put
Where
money
did it
in that,
go?
or is it like converted?
You know that is gonna be like a huge portion of that budget is for Sean Connery to act, you know, voice act in that.
Oh yeah, I love it when movies
He
do
was
that. When
the
they think that
entire
one
budget.
actor was, they think that like one actor is like gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie now because Sean Connery's in it. Fucking hell. I love that. Though there was like this one Italian actress that for some reason decided to come to my country, and she was like so fucking gorgeous that if I knew she was like in a video or in a music video or in a movie, I would watch it too, just because I thought she was so fucking pretty. Lil Me had a lot of hormones now I think about it.
It
I've
sounds
shown
like
you the Sean Connery where he's having an interview about hitting a woman, right?
It's okay to punch women.
But he says he has an interview. This is an actual thing. This is not me messing around. He has an actual interview with someone about is it acceptable to hit a woman? And his response is, "Oh yeah, sometimes it's acceptable to hit a woman." And it's so, again, like I don't know whether he's just kind of out of his fucking head, but you can find that on YouTube as well. If you just type in like Sean Connery interview, I'm sure it's gonna be up there somewhere. And it's just like, yeah, sometimes it's okay to hit a woman. It's like, are you out of your fucking mind? You're bonkers.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Well, if the whole
It's just
woman
so
hits you
strange.
first, then I guess, but...
Maybe that's why, you know, maybe he's a bit bonkers because of that film. Well, this is obviously in the past, but maybe he's always been a bit cuckoo, I don't know. Poor guy.
I don't know why. No, but the idea of Sean Connery sitting there going, sometimes it's okay to hit a woman. Almost like he's fucking Deckard Cain or something. It's just cracking me up.
He tries to justify it. He says that line, and then he tries to justify it saying, he says that he kind of like tries to lump women in a barrel, saying like they're all manipulative, saying that they don't know when to say no, kind of thing. They don't know when to quit it, kind of thing. And he's like, sometimes a woman will keep on pressing on, and yes, that's okay to hit the woman. You can tell
honey,
it's definitely from a guy who's like really following the past. And it's just.
Well,
Wow.
when you're a celebrity like he is, you may attract the wrong women that do need a slap sometimes.
It's just too much.
But I wonder if his mum would hear it, what she would say. You said what on the air, Jimmy Dean?
I'm assuming, right, from that, his dad is quite the dad's man who would, you know, give his woman a tap, which is a bit weird, isn't it?
Oof. I don't know why, but this is just cracking me up. Like, he grew up in a different era, okay? It's like, manners back then were way different than now. You punch a woman in nowadays society, you're pretty much over, you know. It's like me walking up to the airport, seeing Kat for the first time, tears in my eyes, and say, I can finally smack you across the cheek for the. That's not fucking cool.
I've been waiting so long for this. Bam!
This is for that dab one time. That doesn't work.
Amazing.
Sometimes it's okay to hit a woman. No. No. No, it's not. Oh. Oh, Mr. Trump. Oh.
Commie wants to hear another story. Have you got another story, Trav, or do you want me to I can tell you about the party one. I haven't said that yet.
Yeah. After that, I'll tell one.
All right. I'm just trying to remember which one was this. We used to go to a place called Melton to drink at like nightclubs and stuff. Which one was this? Let me just think about
Mr.
it.
War.
I think.
No.
All right, so this is the one where me. I don't want to call them any names, but we'll say Peter, John, and Dave. Yeah. I was with those guys, and we were driving to Melton. And originally, I thought in my head, I said this in the car. I said, I'm not going to drink that much. I'm going to have maybe like 2 pints or something. I'll have like maybe 2 Copperbergs, and that'll be it.
Famous last words.
And one of the people there said, "Oh no, come on, Tom, you got to drink with us if we're going out to drinking." And I said, "Well, I'm not really in the mood for it at the moment. I don't really want to kind of get drunk and that." And one of the people there said, "All right then, if that's how you feel, how about this? If I buy you a pint, you have to drink it." Now, I thought that was quite fair. I thought if someone's going to buy me something, I'm going to drink it just to, you know, as like a to be courteous. To be like, you know, you spent money, I might as well consume. So I said yes to that. I said yes to someone, you know, buying me pint after pint after pint. How wrong that was, you know, obviously hindsight's 2020, but if I could go and say fuck no, but anyway, we get to the first club. And there's this girl walking around with a huge
melons.
No. She's got like a huge. It's not a plate. What do you call that? If you're like a waiter and you hold like a big like cylindrical.
Tray?
Like a tray. That's right. Yeah. She's holding a big tray, and on that tray she's got must be like 80 shots or so, like loads and loads and loads and loads of shots. And the guy that I was with, who said, you know, if I buy you something, you have to drink it. He kind of beckons her over, and she comes over, and he gets 5 shots for each of us. And as she's in 5 shots for me, he goes, "Oh no, he gets 20." Oh, she puts down 20 shots, and I'm thinking, wow, this, you know, okay, fair enough. I'll have 20 shots, and that's gonna probably be it for the night. So
20.
we down them all. I'm just kind of going blah, 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 putting them all away, and after about 5 minutes, he brings it back over. We ended up calling a shot girl. I think her name was Laura. I don't know her name, but I think it was Laura, something like that. I don't know. But we ended up calling her shot girl. So he was calling her over, and he was like, "Shot girl, come over." And
wow. Rude.
He goes, "You got any more of those shots?" She goes, "No, but I have got Jaeger bombs." He goes, "Oh, how many?" And she goes, "Oh, about 40. Well, I have 20 of those.
Oh my god.
Oh.
20 Jaeger bombs. And I was thinking, all right, yeah, cool, like five for each of us, because there were 4 of us there. And he goes, "Oh, no, 20 for him."
Oh my god.
God.
I'm sitting there thinking, I've made such a bad decision saying that I would drink all this. But strangely enough, I'd never had a Jaeger bomb before. And I quite enjoyed them, so I was like, yeah, I'll have this. And I kind of just put it all away as quickly as I could, and I'm trying not to think about it.
Oh boy.
And then my other friend ordered a pitcher. I don't know what was in the pitcher. It was just like a big jug. And he said, can I get 2 straws? So I thought, oh, he probably just wants a spare straw, right? Nope. The straw was for me. So he wanted to half that with me. So I was drinking like a half pitcher. And then at the same time, my other friend was like, let's get a couple of Guinnesses down him. And then some Fosters. And fuck me, I ended up drinking so much. It was the most I've ever drank in my life. I don't even remember like the actual amount. Oh, I had my 2 Copperbergs as well that I wanted. I had those, and I had an extra 2. And then I had some Carlins. I had a couple of shots of Sambuca. There was some vodka thrown in there. There was a couple of shots of Midori. I think I had a little bit of absinthe. I'm not sure. There was just so much shit that was just like put in front of me, and I didn't want to be that guy who was like, oh no, I'm not going to drink this because they bought it for me. And I've already said yes, and I'm going to follow up on what I said in the car. So I ended up drinking all this rubbish, and by the end of the night, we went to about 3 clubs, and this was over the course of that. By the end of the night, we got to the last club, which I always call it the Blue Lion, but it's not. It's fuck, I think it's called like the Blue Lagoon or something. I don't remember what it's called.
That's a drink.
I don't remember what it's called. It's this place in Melton, and we got there, and and my body just was like, that's it, you're done, mate. And I went from being absolutely fine to just not being able to move whatsoever, and I was just sitting on this bench, and the moment that my arse touched the seat, my head was like, all right, let's have a sleep. And I kind of like plunked myself out for a while, and then I kind of was, I woke up sometime afterwards. I don't know how long it was, and I'd moved from the bench about 20 yards back out of this public toilet, and I was just on the floor, like just lying on the floor, head down, and I had my friends around me, and there were people gathering around me as well. And I could hear them all saying like, "Oh yeah, do you want us to call a taxi? Is he alright?" And I just thought, "Oh, it's probably because I'm on the floor, right? You know, they think I'm alright." So I kind of got my senses back a bit, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm fine. Don't worry about me." Strangely enough, I was still all in my head. I was still.
Yeah.
I was still like I could still talk and everything. I just couldn't move. I moved like everything. Like the whole entire world would just spin. So I decided to stay on the floor. But I realized that they weren't asking me if I was alright from me just being on the floor, and if I wanted a taxi. It was because after just looking to my right, there was a huge pool of spaghetti sick that I'd thrown up. Probably during when I was passed out. So that's when I was like, oh, that's why they're asking me, because there's got like loads of. I think before I'd either eaten spaghetti hoops or alphabeti spaghetti or something, and it was just all over the floor outside this toilet, and I was thinking, oh, that's why. And eventually we couldn't get a taxi home, and this is actually really bad. I didn't know this at the time, but the one of my friends was like, "Oh, we'll just take him back in the car that we came in, because we were gonna plan on get a taxi back, and then he was gonna go back for the car later on, but he just thought, fuck it, we can't get a taxi, so why don't we just drive back?" He was like, everyone was pissed. Everyone was fucking pissed. I think he had slightly sobered up enough to drive, but he really shouldn't have driven anywhere that night, and I didn't know that at the time, so I was like, yeah, let's go back in the car. We're all good. We're fine. And we ended up going back, and my memory is a bit blurred of that because I was sick in his car, out the window, that went all over the back of the boot and the back window and the side window. It was just like a huge trail of spaghetti hoops that were like spelling my name and things. And then when we got back to my house, 3 of my mates had to like prop me up and take me upstairs and like put me in bed, and that's what I remember of that night.
Did you get a kiss on the forehead?
I I don't know, but I had, to be honest, like I say that if I were to go back and I wouldn't drink as much, but that night was pretty good.
I never had those kind of nights. Maybe it's better,
man.
but I never did those things.
It was pretty good.
I was at home playing on my PlayStation 2. Boring life, yo.
I've had like countless experiences of that where I've just kind of accepted way too much to drink, and I've just thought, whoops.
I'm just
I've done too
surprised you survived through all that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You
I'm
Irish by any
surprised-
chance?
I found out at the night afterwards how much I drank, and I was like, oh right, I could probably do more. I definitely couldn't do that now. At least I don't think I'll be able to do that now.
Yeah, welcome to adulthood. Everything's backwards
yeah.
now.
But that's why I say like my liver's probably just
In danger.
not in good shape. I don't drink like that anymore. Like I've not had a proper drink, or I don't go out drinking. I've done that in like 5-6 years or something. But damn, that's definitely a good time. But don't drink. Don't drink responsibly. No, drink responsibly.
Don't drink responsibly.
It was fun, but what I did, but don't do what I do.
Yeah.
Don't. If you do go out and have a good time, don't have spaghetti hoops. Have bread. Toast. Toast is brilliant. Toast will absorb a lot of the crap that you drink. If you are going to drink responsibly. Eat a lot of stuff.
Drinking on an
limit.
empty stomach is a one-way ticket to puke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that. In fact, do you want me to quickly sanction into another funny story? Or in fact, you can say it because mine's a bit gross.
Okay. Let's see. I think I got another alcohol one. Jeez, we all have alcohol ones, don't we? Like, only mine are like in really controlled environments. Wait, you have alcohol stories too, babe?
I blacked out.
Oh god.
Like totally blacked out. Like I don't know how. Like I think I might have told you this one, or maybe not. I don't know.
Probably
This
not.
is like it's like a secondhand story because I don't remember shit. But go ahead with yours.
Hold on, I need to like get the details back in because I only like remember snippets of it, and if I would just tell the snippets, there's like no real story.
I have like one by one.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, it was like at a birthday of one of my friends. Like his mom had like her new boyfriend over, and that boyfriend was just fucking hammered off his ass. He was fucking hammered like beyond belief. It is just ridiculous. Like he wasn't even able to speak properly, and he had his son with him too. So he made an absolute ass of himself in front of his son and his new girlfriend. But basically, his son was like sitting with us, like in the let's just say his bedroom, because that's where we always play video games. And eventually they had to go. So they go, but his dad, for whatever reason, wanted to pick a fight with me. So he starts talking like, well, who do you think you are? What do you think you're doing? Aren't you being a little bit weird and you being a little bit dumb? Didn't say a fucking word to this guy. I say, your breath smells like beer. Is all I said. 17-year-old me was not very strategic. But I thought that this guy was just being really fucking retarded. So I just took the piss out of him, right? And then he walked outside and he said, oh yeah, well, if you were a few years older, I would fucking drop you. And that's when I started laughing. I said, what? You? Fucking you! Look at yourself. You can't even control yourself in front of like your 10-year-old son with alcohol. Who the fuck do you think you are, you pathetic little man? You wanna fucking go right now? Come on. Come on then. Come on, let's go. And then he was just looking at me going, oh, I didn't expect that. And then he said, ah, you're not worth it. So, well, I'm worth a hell of a lot more than you, mister. I'm drunk in front of my 10-year-old son. I'm not surprised if you would beat him, you pathetic fuck. Then he kept walking with his son. My friend and his friend were just standing there enjoying the scene. Oh, and he didn't come back. He didn't come back. Like, I never saw that guy after that again. So I don't know what happened. Like, if they were still dating or whatever. But it was an amazing experience. That guy was so drunk off his ass, off like a few beers. And he wanted to fight. Like, a 40-something-year-old guy wanted to fight a 17-year-old dude. And he's never met before. And apparently he thought I had attitude, because I have somewhat of a resting bitch face. Oh. I don't know, Doc. Like, a lot of people, I guess, want to escape their problems, so alcohol is one hell of a way to do it, but it was so fucking funny.
Yeah, alcohol is fun. But drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's especially funny if others are drunk and you're just observing what's happening.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the best fucking thing about alcohol, seeing others be drunk. That's what I tend to do. Watch others get drunk and then maybe, maybe laugh at them and maybe take a picture of whatever the fuck they're doing.
I've just thought of another one. When you said, watch like other people be drunk.
Oh god.
Hold on, let me just write this down just so I know I've studied. I spout a lot of rubbish.
Oh, there's someone named Emma in this session.
I don't repeat myself.
I don't know, Doc, why people get drunk on purpose. I guess it's just to like forget their troubles or to be like a little more loose, because a lot of people tend to speak the truth when they're drunk, which I already do. So yeah, it's like stacking more on top of something that's already quite heavy. Yeah, but like, you drink to escape your problems, but what happens when you found yourself short on money? That's a big problem. They drink more, exactly, and that's how you become homeless.
Sell your children. Sell your clothes. You don't eat.
I remember seeing like an article and even like police reports that couples that are addicted to like playing World of Warcraft forgot they had like a 3-month-old baby, and the baby died from starvation because they were playing World of Warcraft the whole time.
Have you heard of the poop sock?
No.
You not heard of a poop sock?
No, what the fuck is that?
Poop sock.
What is that?
A poop sock is for people who used to, back in the day, play WoW raids, because the raids are quite long. They used to have a poop sock, and if you're raiding, you can't go to the toilet because you're raiding. You know, you gotta do things. You gotta help your team out. But a poop sock is where you can just take a poop in a sock. Poop sock. That's a real thing. Google it. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Google it.
Here's a question. Why?
I've googled it.
Sierra!
It's because you don't want to leave the desk, so you need to go for number 2, but you're raiding with your crew, so you do it in a sock.
What about Chara?
It's fucking dumb.
That's for Pete, I guess.
Why not just wear a diaper?
I think there's...
Do you already have socks ready?
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah, you got them in your drawer. Or you could just take off the one that you're wearing. You don't need to put one on.
Who the hell
so you
wears
get to go
like
again,
minion
you still
socks
have
off?
your other sock.
Who the hell wears socks during gaming anyway? That's what I'm
I'm
wondering.
wearing socks and slippers. Trying to say something?
Or you can do a poop slip off, but then that's harder to get out.
Can you put those in the laundry?
Ooh.
I mean, after you empty it out, yeah.
Oh god, moon buckets. Moon buckets. A little stream meme. That's an oldie.
I have a funny story about someone who thought they were drunk but weren't.
The placebo effect, where you pretend that you're giving them like tons of alcohol, when in reality just giving him like bubble water or something.
Well, I guess it wasn't really. It was mostly he thought he had a really good night because he couldn't really remember what happened, but it wasn't. That doesn't really make sense, but I was invited to a party. One of the friends that we knew in college was like a farmer's daughter, or had like a bunch of horses and shit. So she had a couple of fields that were her dad's, and for her birthday, I think it was, she invited a bunch of us to camp out in one of the fields.
Yeah.
This story actually involves Sam, which is funny. Sam likes this story, so it's reminded me of it.
So who did it?
Well, we were in a field and we were all drinking, and we had a little campfire. And we were just like talking to each other. We were like telling stories and just having a good time. Anyway, it got late and people started to go back to the tents and start to get some sleep. I thought I might as well just stay up all night. At the time I was working nights, so I thought I'll just stay up because it'll be easier for me rather than going to bed and like messing up my body clock. So I stayed up for the majority of the night, and someone who was invited like right at the start turned up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, which is really weird, I think at least. And he turned up and he brought a big bottle of vodka with him. And, he sat next to me, and there were a couple of people still up at like 1 or 2. There was about maybe like 5 people up before they went to bed. And he must have been absolutely shattered, because the moment he sat down, within 10 minutes he was asleep. He was gone. You could like put a firework in his face and he wouldn't have woke up. He was just completely like out of it. He didn't drink anything. He wasn't drunk or anything. He was just tired. He was just exhausted. So me at the time, I drank quite a lot, and I thought there's some drink in his hands, because he was still holding this big bottle of vodka. So I thought, I was like, "Come on, Tom, go on, get it." So I took this big bottle of vodka in it, and I downed it within like a minute or something. This is like 1 liter bottle of vodka, and I put it back in his hands. And when he woke up in the morning, I was like, I patted him on the back, and I was like. He had a nickname. It was cool. His nickname was like Slick or something. And I was like, "Yo, that's Slick." And he was like, "Oh yeah, oh man." And he looked at like his hands, and he saw the empty bottle of vodka, and he was like, "That was one hell of a night, Tom." And I was like, "Yeah, it was, wasn't it?" Because he like couldn't remember a single thing that happened, because nothing did fucking happen. And after that happened, I was invited to this girl liked me at the time, and I guess she knew me quite well, because she was like, Tom, I've got some sausage rolls. I've got some sausage rolls in the tent. Do you wanna come in my tent? And I was like, sausage rolls? Fuck yeah! So I went over to a tent. Bear in mind, I hadn't slept at all, so I was hungry, and I really like sausage rolls. So I went to a tent and I started eating the sausage rolls. And some people around were still sleeping. It was like 7 or 8 in the morning. And I woke quite a lot of people up, because I was munching really loud, and I was just like rustling the bags, and I was talking about how much I like sausage rolls to her. I was like, "I really like sausage rolls. Thank you for giving me some sausage rolls." I was still quite pissed. Anyway, I wake Sam up, and Sam's really grouchy in the morning. Sam is notorious for being like an absolute bastard when he wakes up. Anyway, he gets up and he realizes that it's me making all the noise. So he walks over to the tent and he goes, "Tom, stop making so much noise." And I give him a bit of lip, and he sees this he thinks it's my back, kind of like up against the tent. So he fucking boots it, like absolutely kicks the shit out of what he thinks is my back. And the next thing he hears is the girl inside the tent goes, ah, and just like screams because he's just completely booted this tiny girl in the back. And I come out the tent and I'm going, Sam, what are you doing? You've just booted a girl in the back. And I'm still munching on my sausage rolls as all this is going on. And he's like, I thought that was your back. And he's like, no, look inside the tent. And she's rolling around inside the tent going like, my back, who's just booed me in the back? Sam kind of like just ran away at that point. He ran across the field and just hopped the fence, and that was it. That's all we saw of him.
What a heroic exit!
Oh crap! I'm doing the chicken. Please join me.
Oh, okay, babe. I'll bring my bow and arrow.
I'm making Sam to sound like quite an abusive person, but he's not. He's a teddy bear, you know, in his soul, really. Even though he goes around booting girls in the back and smacking girls around the head with goalposts.
We got a level 80 Emma, 90 Emma with us. Is that your Emma, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, dude.
I could tell you about a funny story that Sam has, actually.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't there for this. If you want me to tell it, I don't know. I'm kind of just spewing out stories because I've got loads of
Oh, believe me, I'm enjoying it. Go ahead, dude.
Alright, so I wasn't there for this story. I wasn't at this party because at the time I was with the person who had the whole rusty sword experience with. So I wasn't present for this this party that Sam was invited to. Sam and a bunch of other people were invited to this party. Anyway, it was a Halloween party, and Sam turned up in this big, like, ghoulish skeleton costume, and everyone turned up with, like, there were like some, you know, vampires and zombies and sexy bunnies and like cat girls and things like that. All like, you know. And Sam turned up with this like proper like Halloween inspired costume. Anywho, there was obviously drink there, and he got very pissed because, again, it was the time where we all just drank himself silly. And he got so pissed that he had to go upstairs, and everyone was planning on staying around that person's house. I think there was maybe like 10 or 15 people there, but everyone was planning on staying around. So Sam went upstairs, found a bed, and just kind of went to sleep.
Wow.
Later on in the night, one of my other friends, Marcus, went upstairs and was settling down, and there's other people coming into the room as well, and they were all trying to get to sleep, and they thought, right, that's the end of the night, you know, we'll just get to sleep and get up in the morning, you know, everything will be sorted. That's kind of like the party over. Anyway, as Marcus is trying to get to sleep, he hears some rustling in the bed that Sam's kind of sleeping in, and Marcus gets up a tiny bit, and he says, "Sam, are you all right?" And Sam rises up like a fucking zombie, takes his mask off, and makes this sound. And out of his mouth, he projectile vomits loads of sick, just going all across the room that lands across like sleeping bags, people, like clothes, everything, like anything in that line just gets completely shot with the sick. And then Marcus hears that, and then it's like he can smell it, and he realizes what he's done, and he jumps up from his sleeping bag, and Marcus is running down the stairs going, And he wakes the person up whose house they're staying at, and he goes, "Oh, Sam's been sick," and then everyone turns the lights on, they come into the room, and Sam's back to sleep. Sam's, you know, sound asleep, and he's got like sick running down his chin, and he doesn't give a fuck, because he's just like, he's done what he's got to do, he's back asleep, it's all fine. And the person whose house it was wakes Sam up and says, "Sam, you've just been sick," and he's like, "What? I don't know what's going on." And she kicks him out and forces him to walk home in this big fucking zombie like skeleton costume.
Oh god.
Honestly, I wish I was there for that because I would have loved to like experience that. But man,
Wow.
Oh my god.
that was lovely. It's just the sound that like how Marcus described it, because I know exactly like how that sounds coming out of Sam's mouth, like you know, like those toys that used to go ow, like that, just like that.
I used to have like this children's watch that would fart and tell times. So the entire day you would hear.
It would be
12 o'clock.
literally exactly like that, which is why I thought.
Ooh.
That's amazing. Wow.
Oh, this is great.
Sam one, if you want to hear that. You know what? When I speak about Sam's stories, because a lot when me and Sam get together, a lot of like really dumb shit happens. There was a time where we were at another person's party. I was there for this one. Bear in mind, we weren't complete arseholes, but we were a bit of arseholes while we were when we were in college. Anyway, we were at this person's party, and it was really dull. She just had like nothing there. There was just like low music because the neighbors complained. There wasn't any food. There was like very little drinks. So me and Sam were there, kind of being like, "This is boring. What should we do?" And one of us noticed that she had like an abundance of mince pies. She had like 30 mince pies or something. You know what mince pies are? I'm just like you know the little mince pies you have at Christmas.
Yeah.
And she had loads of those. And we thought, how about we take those mince pies? I don't know why we thought this was a good idea at the time. Like we obviously wouldn't do this now, but we thought, let's take these mince pies and let's see who can throw them the furthest, like over the house and stuff.
Oh my god.
So we take these mince pies out in the garden and we just start throwing them over the hedge, just like absolutely lobbing these mince pies. We end up throwing all of them, and then 10 minutes later, there's a knock at the front door.
Oh
And
god.
And I don't want to say her name. Let's call her
Becky.
Becky. Becky answers the door, and she goes, "Oh, you know, can I help you?" And me and Sam peek behind the corner, and there's these coppers at the door, and they say like, you know, can we come inside? She goes, what's the matter? And they say, well, we've had some reports of mince pies being flung at windows. we had no idea. We just thought we were just throwing them like out in a field, but in actuality we'd been throwing them at this poor bastard's windows. And the coppers come in, they're like, "Oh yeah, we've just received some reports that these mince pies have been flying over the homes and they've been splatting on this person's windows. Wondered if you sort of, you know, knew anything about it or whether you were involved." And she was like, "No, everyone's been inside here. We've not been doing anything." And me and Sam are kind of like on the settee, like, fuck, what we do? And they end up just going like, "Okay, right. Well, if you do hear anything, you know, let us know." And they eventually go. So we thought we kind of like, you know, we got away with that. That's all fine. Later on during the night, because we couldn't throw any more mince pies because they were all gone. So we thought, what else could we do that's, you know, going to keep us entertained? And we've got a friend called Jake, and we thought, why don't we spike Jake's drink as like a friendly way, not like a horrible way. We'll do it in like a friendly way because we're mates with him. And we thought, yeah, let's put like a bunch of rubbish into his drink so he gets like properly knocked out. So we like completely spiked his drink, and within like 10 minutes he was asleep on the sofa. He was completely out of it. And this was the same time that they had Becky got some sausages out the freezer, and she was like, "Who wants sausages?" And of course, me being a fucking sausage roll fiend, I was like, "Give me that." So she made like loads of sausages, but she made way too many. And it was only like me and Sam and a couple of other people that were like hungry. So there was like 10, 15 sausages left over. Anyway, I had a good idea. I thought, why don't we give these sausages a new home? And Sam was like, I like that idea.
Yeet.
So I got the sausages. I didn't throw them over. Instead, I thought, how many sausages can we fit down Jake's boxes until he wakes up? So we started putting sausage after sausage after sausage into his boxes until he wakes up. It took us, I think, 6 or so sausages until we started to stir. And I thought, I need to shake this up a bit because I'm going to run out of sausages before he wakes up. So I had a look in the cupboards and I found some HP sauce. So I thought, I'll put some of that in his boxes as well. So I put some HP sauce in his boxes, and the moment the HP sauce like ran down his butt crack, he was like instantly up because he was like, "Oh fuck, have I shat myself?" Because he could feel all the sausages up next to his arse, and he like reached in, grabbed a sausage, and was like, "Ugh," and lobbed it and threw it straight at this new TV that Becky's mum had bought, and there was just this sausage smacked against his TV with like HP sauce across the screen.
God.
And then at that moment was the point that Becky came in, and she was like, "Jake, what you doing? What are you throwing the sausages at the TV for?" And she booted him out. And she just kicked him out on the street, and he was fucking had his boxes filled with sausages and like brown sauce on his on his arsehole.
Oh my god, you asshole!
Wow.
You asshole!
What we said, like we.
Oh, that's amazing.
We used to be retelling that story now. It is, to me at least, it is quite funny.
It's a me too.
It's just like he was so confused as to why he had so many sausages in his boxes.
Oh.
So we used to be
Proper
little,
cunts.
kind of.
I mean, those wild hairs are fun though. It's fun to be a little wild.
It is pretty funny. I mean, we only did it because we were bored and we knew that he would be alright with it. To kind
Eventually.
Of wait for the sausages in his boxes.
Just not yeet them at the fucking TV though.
He just threw it there. We never. Oh no, there was someone there as well that like ratted us out because when the police came about the mince pie incident, Becky was like, has anyone been throwing mince pies? Because obviously we had mince pies there, so she knew that someone was throwing it. And at the time we were like, no, we don't know where they've gone. Disappeared. They were on the plate, weren't they? And this fucking arsehole who was there, it was like, it's those two. Those two have been throwing the mince pies. It was like, what are you writing it down for? So we kind of like denied it, and these other two people who were people that the girl didn't like, she blamed them and was like, get out of my ass, and just like threw these other two people out. But yeah, we're not like that anymore for the most part.
Oh my god, that's a fucking great story though. I mean, knowing me, I would quickly grab one of the sausages out of the boxes and slap him across the face with it. That's what I would do.
Well, we just thought, like, what's the best thing? If we put like sausages in his clothes, what clothes are we gonna put it in? Are we gonna put it like down his top, or are we just gonna like place a sausage on his forehead while he sleeps? But I thought, he's gonna wake up with his boxes filled with something that he doesn't know. If that's gonna be a sausage, that's gonna be fucking hilarious. So we went with his boxes, and I'm glad that we decided to do that.
Understandable. Oh, but seriously, you assholes though.
we knew he'd be alright with it. And he was alright with it. He found it funny later on. But he did have about a 2-mile walk back.
Oh my god.
With his trousers filled with sausages. I don't know whether he took them out because he was quite drunk. But
I'll see you later, Shira. I hope you enjoyed.
That's amazing. Wow. Jesus.
And the best thing is, like, my imagination is really lively, so I'm just seeing this. Too. Oh, amazing.
Makes it better.
Yeah.
God damn, is this thing almost dead?
He is. Oh.
I've got an embarrassing story that I have. Like, it's embarrassing for me to say.
Well, let's hear it then. If you want to tell it.
Yeah, I'll tell it. I'm not. I'll be fun with this, right? This one's really bad for me. It's not going to be as bad as like you guys hearing it probably, but it was another night where we were supposed to be going out. And we were going out to a couple of clubs, and beforehand, I'm sure everyone's familiar with you know, pre-drinking. You drink before you go out, so that when you go out, you don't drink too much. You know. My version of pre-drinking was having a bottle of Midori. Do you know? It's like a melon spirit. It's only like 20%, 25% or something. But whenever I used to go out, I used to drink like quite a big portion of Midori because it's quite nice. It just tastes like lemonade, limeade, sorry. And I, for this one occasion, drank the entire, I think it was like a 1 liter bottle within like half a minute or so. And I just drank it, and I was like, right, ready to go. And I got into my friend's car, and within 20 minutes of going from where I lived to where he lived, I was gone. I was smashed. And we got to his house, and I was like, Johnny,
Yes, Papa.
I need to. I'm a bit drunk, and I need to use your toilet. I'd never. I don't like using other people's toilets for anything that isn't. For anything that isn't a number 1.
Understandable.
Because I feel so uncomfortable with, like, I think I've only ever been for a number 2 that wasn't my house, and that was a school where I really needed to go, but that's another story. So for this one, I just said, Johnny, I need to use your toilet. And he was like, yeah, fine, you know where it is, it's just upstairs. And I was like, no, I need to use your toilet. And I went upstairs, and I thought, right, I'm actually gonna you do a number 2 in a place that I'm really not comfortable with, like his mum and dad were downstairs. And he was just like in the other room, and I thought, right, I'll just do it. And oh man, I've never exploded out my arsehole that much in my life.
Oh, ew.
It's just everything just came out all at once, and there was just so many noises, and it was loud, and it was just, it fucking was so smelly, and it was awful. And it was like, I don't do these normally, don't judge me on one poop. And it was the worst, but after doing it, I felt great. I felt really nice actually, because I felt
like a weight has been lifted.
Literally, I felt like someone had reached inside my stomach and just kind of like, it was like absorbed and just took out everything that was in there. And we never talked about it ever. Literally, we've never brought that conversation up ever, because I think both of us feel quite comfortable never to talk about that ever again. And I'm pretty sure
thank
his
God.
mum and dad never want to talk about it either. But that was that. I mean, it happens, right? You can't really stop it. I've just never I've never done that in someone else's house before. So for me to do that was quite the feat, I think.
Amazing shit. Get it?
Oh, God damn. That was a really shitty joke, you know.
Yeah, the other time that I'd ever done that, like I like to call it pooping against my will. The only other time I've pooped against my will was in school. I don't really remember that story that well, other than I think I'd just done PE and I'd worked out a little bit too much hard. I think I was playing softball or something, and I just really needed to go. And, oh God, and I don't know if it's like this anywhere else, but like boys' bathrooms and boys' toilets,
Yep.
so horrible.
Yep.
They are so bad. There's shit and piss everywhere, just like on the floor, inside the bowl, and it's nasty. You know?
Yep.
I'm quite OCD, so at least this time when I when I did that, I like wiped the seat with tissue paper, and then I put like a ring of tissue paper around on the rim of where I sit, so I was like, no bacteria can get me now. And oh
TP
man,
throne.
it was just so horrible.
I get your feels, man. I get them.
And I'm a guy who likes to be thorough. I like to make sure that there's everything is clean, and you can't do that with like school tissue paper. It's awful. It's so thin.
Yep.
Oh. It's literally like wiping your ass with your hand.
Ew.
Oh, nasty. It's so horrible.
It's like one layer.
Ew. One ply toilet paper.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna dash through these fucking arena quests while while we're doing story moments.
I wish they would clean up boys' bathrooms just everywhere, because they've always been shit. Always, everywhere that you go, at least where I've been, has had the worst. I've had the worst bathroom experience in every bathroom. It's terrible. There's even been like fucking like blood on the walls in some cases. Like, there's a big like national park, but there's like a big park you can go where I used to live. And they have toilets, because it's quite a big park. It's got it's probably maybe like 6 or 7 fields worth of park, and there's like toilets littered around the park, and there's just one toilet in particular which is near the shop. It's near where people purchase goods and eat, and oh man, it's just like the toilet seat's broken, and there's like shit on the floor, there's blood, there's people who like have a permanent black marker pen and they write things like, I don't know, Donny 2K19 and shit on the walls. It's like, fuck off, Donny, let me shit in peace if I want to shit. Oh, it's so nasty. I don't know how people can do that. I used to work with someone who used to talk like, he used to be really proud of shitting at work, and he used to know when he'd be able to. I don't fucking get it too. He used to ask him like, "Why are you so proud? Like, why do you feel like you need to talk to me about your stool movements?" And he's like, "Well, I need to make sure that you know that I'm happy about it." It's like, I don't understand what you mean. I don't get your. I don't care. I don't want to know what comes out or goes in of that thing. Leave me out of it.
put those stories back where they came from.
Or so help me.
Oh, but fuck, man. I used to have a friend that didn't know how to flush. And like when he went, he went. You will know that he went. Like he would stink up the entire goddamn house if he went. It's fucking disgusting.
You know what a pet peeve is that I have? I hate it when people. I wouldn't mind. Like say when me and Em get an apartment, if people come over, I wouldn't mind like people going to anything when we get an apartment. But at the very least, open a fucking window and flush when you do it.
This guy didn't
That's
flush.
Like a courtesy. That's nasty, man. Why would you not?
I don't know. Some people are just really fucking disgusting.
I would not be able to be
like
alright.
apparently
I would call him out.
apparently some people like
Like to watch it.
no. They don't flush because it saves water if you like go twice, but I'm sorry, even if you take a piss in my house, you still flush. Even if it's just a tiny pee, you flush.
Do you know, do you know what that's called? You know, at least this is what's called here. You know, we know when you go for a number 2 and you get like backsplash from the water at the bottom of the rim.
Oh, I hate that.
We call that Poseidon's kiss here.
Ew! Poseidon giving your bollocks a little kiss.
And when you go toilet, if you go and then you kind of like have a check down in the bowl to see, you know, what you've produced, what child you've let, you know, you've let off in the pool. If you don't see anything, that's called a phantom poo, and if you wipe and there's a thing there, that's called an angel poo. I think that's probably an English thing.
Y'all are weird. Oh, the man with the gun gets it.
Wow, amazing.
You Brits are amazing. I love the accent. I love the cusses. I love like the
Just
weird
weird.
words you guys have.
You're just strange. We are strange.
I love it. Like us Dutchies are weird in some cases, but my god.
Yeah. People who don't flush are straight up disgusting. They are really gross.
My God!
I would definitely say to that person, like, why? And if they said, oh yeah, because it saves water. Like,
Oh, it stinks so
no.
bad here.
My God!
Flush.
ugh. It's just awful, man.
Yeah. Oh, and like in some cases, what was it again? This friend that wouldn't flush, he would like not even wash his hands either.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah, people who do that. People who go to the toilet and they didn't wash their hands because like, I've not touched my dick or I've not done this. It's like, yeah. Still, wash your hands, you fucking tramp.
I sit down when I pee.
I hover.
You don't want your ass to touch it or what?
Ooh. Is that when you put two magnets together?
Amazing. No, but in all reality, like, I am by no means one of those people that's like, ew, germs, but I really hate getting my hands, like, dirty or covered in something. Like, it's that legit, like, makes me all squeamish. Like, I will not use my hands until I'm able to wash them, because, ew.
Mm. I did that as well. And another thing is when you, like, leave a public toilet and you have to touch the big silver handle that's on the door.
Oh.
And you know that is filled up to fuck with bacteria, but you have to touch it because you need to leave. So
Sometimes I
what
set
do you
my
do?
foot on it.
I use the like back of my hand kind of thing to get the handle to like bring it away rather than use my fingers. Ugh, just the worst. And like unisex bathrooms, I think are such a horrible idea. I feel so bad.
We don't have
Any-
those.
You don't have those?
No.
We only have them in
Or,
like
family
some areas,
bathrooms
but
and
Oh, they are so horrible. Like whoever thought that was a good idea is. I dread to think of a woman sitting down in a cubicle that a man has used, because men don't care. They just spray and pray. They don't think if this
God.
goes inside the bowl, I've made an achievement. They think as long as it goes out, it's fine, and it's awful.
Unisex bathrooms are called swimming pools. Ew! True, but ew!
Ew.
Oh, speaking of swimming pools, I got a small story.
Oh boy.
So basically,
Man with the gun he says, life hack: open the doors to the toilet with your elbow. That's a good idea, actually.
I use my feet. Like I
Your
just
feet? Are you a
yeah, I
fucking
just
spider?
no, but I'm
Very
pretty.
flexible.
I'm 6'1" or 183 centimeters. So I can
Possible.
no, but I'm pretty flexible. Hello, Gavra. Yeah, like I thought I was 188 centimeters, but apparently I'm not. I'm 183.
I thought
So-
185 was 6 foot.
No. Did Travi
light.
pee in the pool? No, I don't pee in the pool. I know how disgusting it is, so I don't do it.
Have you ever peed in the pool?
Yes. When I was a kid.
Every kid has done that.
That's not much for a Dutchie. I know. Like, I'm a short Dutchie. But I'm tall everywhere else.
You're tall compared to me.
Yes, that's all that
How
matters.
tall are you, Kat?
In
She's 150.
centimeters, I think it's 155, I think.
Oh man, that's
Yeah. That's that. Indeed.
I mean, my little sister is much taller than me, so
Yeah, and
Have
you
at
picked her up. I saw a picture of that.
yeah. She's a fucking twig.
A tall ass twig.
Tell her, I look at her, it's like, you need a fucking sandwich, girl. She's just lanky.
Look who's a big boy. Wait. If you train your cat a lot with the plunder blade, he chains it and does it more often? Neat.
Shit.
I'm hitting the good boy. Dodoga.
Aw.
The big lizard. Oh, but yeah, the story of me in the pool. At one point, I was like in the pool, and I was supposed to meet a friend there. I was already in the water. I was just waiting there for him, and there was like this couple at the edge of like the swimming pool, and she was like really fucking fat, and he was like a twig. And I saw them. I was like, huh, well, okay then, whatever. And then I went below water, and I just looked underwater and just look around me. I see that couple in the distance, and he's fucking shagging her in a public
God.
in a public swimming pool.
Ugh.
Oh.
And like the ones that were in charge of the swimming pool had no fucking idea that that was happening. Because like every time like somebody that was like keeping the peace walked by, then he would stop. And I kept going on the water to look.
What?
'Cause I was like so
Look.
weirded out because I didn't know what sex was yet. And then what do you know?
No.
And what do you know? A year later, we get sex ed. I was like, oh.
Oh no.
That's what that was. Ew.
Ew.
That was
Oh my God.
gross. It was fucking disgusting.
I bet you got a boner.
No. No.
I bet you
See,
were like sitting in the pool with like a big boner and you were like,
seeing a fucking twig of a guy hump a humpback whale? Fuck no. That's not my fetish. Like, ew, what the hell? Fuck no.
Ugh.
It's like my anti-fetish. Just to make sure that I may go gay. Show me that kind of stuff.
Was he like... Was he fitting himself up inside her?
I don't know, but he was shagging, that's for sure.
Ugh. How
He
is
was-
that?
he
Guess
was going
people
at
get
it.
off by that, but ugh.
Oh, being in a public pool surrounded by kids that don't know what sex is.
Ew, that's fucking ew.
Yeah, when I say it like that, it gets completely different, doesn't it? Fucking disgusting.
Ugh.
I could upload this to YouTube and clickbait the fuck out of it and say traumatizing childhood experience.
Story time, no.
Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy. Look at the good boy. Look at the good
You
boy.
call it Trav's Sexy Adventure.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I got exposed to a lot of sex when I was younger. Maybe that's why I'm so sexy. I mean, so sexed up, I mean. Y'all know what I mean. Stop fucking laughing.
I once heard. I don't know how young I was. I was quite young, and I went out to the shop to get something, and I heard these two people having sex in a window. It was maybe like 11, half 11, 12 at night or something, and I heard these two people, and my young mind was like, "Oh, I wonder what that could be." And I stood there for like 10 minutes just like listening to these two people having sex, and all you could hear was the woman who was kind of going, oh, oh, oh,
I see Tina going.
and my
No.
my young mind was like, is this sex? Like, I understand now. I get it. Like, it was such a weird experience. I was like, is this it? Is this what life is about? She was really deep. She was like going, oh, oh, oh. I don't know.
Oh my lord.
But to be honest, like they had the window like wide open, like all the way fully open. So I kind of stood there just being like, should I get help? 'Cause this person might need some assistance.
Oh,
Oh, this is great. Oh.
imagine getting called to that. Like fucking.
Oh my lord. I love this stream.
This.
I haven't laughed like this in ages. More. Oh. Is this game the giant weapons meme? I guess it is. Oh my god, though, but
Oh, Jesus Christ.
this is great. Oh,
Cringy and great at the same time.
hell yeah.
Yeah, when you're young, your mind kind of like wanders.
Yeah, your mind gets shaped by your surroundings.
It's really weird. You kind of, yeah, you get shaped by everything you hear and you see, and it's so strange.
Indeed.
I think like sex changes you a lot. Not just like having sex, but just hormones and puberty and everything around like sex changes you.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
so much.
Especially like if you grow up in the well, right or wrong, depends on how you look at it, environment. Sex can be like either something that you are really, really fascinated by or something that you're completely put off by. And well, I was
really put off by sex.
I'm semi put off by it. Like I like it. I joke about it a lot because it's funny. It's sex, pretty funny.
Sex is funny.
Exactly. It's pretty funny. I need to tell him that I actually borrow that voice. It's pretty good.
I just
But
think the concept is a bit.
Well,
gross.
my country is like so obsessed with joking about sex. Like I guess that's where I got it from, because like a lot of the people that are like the comedians at least that I enjoyed talked about sex so much and that in such a funny way that I kind of got influenced by it, so that now I do the same, and hopefully I'm not like their comedian that inspires them for sex and being obsessed with it, because that's not my goal. I hope
think
like
a lot.
hmm?
A lot of sex is like really hyped up. People,
Oh
you see it
yeah.
on films and like TV series, and they make it out to be like this really life-changing experience. But everyone like experiences it differently. If you don't like it, whatever you don't like it, it's not. I feel like a lot of people see it as like a rite of passage kind of thing, like, oh, if you've not had sex, you're not a real man or you're not a woman kind of thing. But
Yeah, that's what happened like in my neighborhood.
it's bollocks, man. It's all put on rubbish.
Mm.
Is it good? Sure. Is it like?
Yeah,
Is it something
sec-
you have to do? No, of course it's not.
well, sex is great, but people nowadays use it just as a, oh man, like I banged like at least 7 chicks. This week's been pretty great.
I used to really hate that in college. There used to be a guy. Let's call him
Jack.
Mark. There used to be a
Oh,
guy
John Mark.
in my college who was an absolute fucking tool, and he used to like boast about how many girls he slept with. There was one time where he fingered this girl in class, like as the class was going on, he just fingered. It's like, oh, that's so fucking gross. That's nasty.
Ew.
How horrible is that? Could you imagine? Could you actually imagine if like you were a teacher and you saw that going on? What would you do? Can you actually like just call that person out and be like, stop fingering that girl, or what? Like, how much of a lowlife do you have to be to kind of just finger someone under a table? Oh man, this is too horrible for me to even talk about.
I mean,
Jesus.
I've had people trying to steal my ex from me.
Ow.
I mean, at this point, it's like, oh yeah, take her. I mean, I've had over.
Your eggs.
I've had, yeah, my ex.
Your ex.
What do you say? What do you thought I said? My eggs?
Eggs.
No,
Eggs,
no.
I've had people trying to steal my eggs from me. What? You better
Give
stop
me
them then.
Lucky Charms.
Me lucky
No, but-
charms.
Like I've had like 2 guys that wanted to steal my ex from me, and one of the guys was like set up by the first guy to steal my ex. Cause Jesus Christ, he for some reason wanted that girl, but she wanted me, and I wanted her. It was an equal interest, but he had for some reason a big crush on her, but she was like absolutely fucking disgusted by him. So what happened was, I got her, and he was pissed. He was so fucking pissed. And what ended up happening was, like, he for some reason, like, did this thing with like girls, like all of those that he got to know. He like did this weird like family thing. Oh yeah, you're my sister, that kind of stuff. It's like,
Ew, what the fuck?
okay. Like, whatever girl he would want to get close to, he would always say, like, oh, yeah, you're my sister, and I'm your brother, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay. It's not really funny.
That's
And
wild.
that just kept
Years.
going, and, like, my ex was apparently also one of the victims that he claimed as his sister. And
Ugh.
I was weirded out by it, and she said, "Oh yeah, well he's sometimes being a little bit creepy, but I think he's harmless."
You know,
And
that's
I
a
just
big thing.
laughed it up. I laughed it up, and I said, "Well, believe me, he's not harmless. He's only after one thing with you."
That's a thing
Weird. Ugh.
that's like really popular now. You know, like incest porn.
Ugh.
I mean,
That's
I'm
It's
trying to
actually a thing
look for
that's
something.
that's quite popular.
I'm looking for something like that would maybe be fun about that, but I don't see it, you know? It's like, is your mom really that much of a hot ass? Only because she's probably like 16 since she had you, so now it's like good MILF material or whatever the fuck, but,
The milfist of materials.
the hell? But yeah, like I noticed, like, okay, this is just men talk, so all you ladies close your ears when we say this. When I'm, oh my god, a girl just followed the stream. I can't say this now. I can't say this now. I can't fucking. I'm still gonna say it. Okay, ladies, close your ears. This is men talk. Like,
Listening.
we all watch porn, us men. You can deny it as much as you want, but whatever. I was on the website. I was on the homepage, and there were like 7 videos, like on the homepage of what's trending right now, and it was all stepmom porn.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I was like,
incest, but it's kind of like,
and I looked at it, it was like this questionable 18-year-old guy just getting getting it on with this woman that was definitely outside of his age range. And it was...
it reminds me of the, don't do it.
No!
No,
I'm a virgin.
No.
God damn,
It's
okay.
fucking glorious though. And I didn't get in that. Like, I tried like watching a video of it, but I was just looking at like they for some reason they always feel like they need to put up like a story in those kind of videos. It's like, what you need a story for?
Yeah, like I watch porn for the storyboard and good acting. Yeah, okay.
This isn't a beach. This is a bathtub.
Sharks here.
I think
Sharks.
this isn't a beach. You should go. I think I should stay. And we should have sex. Okay.
Oh my god.
Like, that shit's legit amazing though. Like, I had a good giggle with that one.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
God damn.
Like, porn's weird in some cases. Like,
Really
I've
This is
seen.
probably Toshiyo.
Yeah, okay, it is. Like, we've all watched it. We've all like consumed it. But at the same time, sometimes you just see something that absolutely blows your mind because you can't believe that it exists. I can't say that I'm surprised by Stepmom, but what I am surprised by is that how much it has exploded.
Dinner's ready.
The weirdest thing that we've ever watched. We did, like, this is not just me. This is when we were like 13 years old. We all went onto a porn website and we saw Smurf porn. And by that, I don't just mean like it wasn't an animation. It was actual people painting themselves blue with like all the proper Smurfs clothing and stuff. And they were doing obviously things to Smurfette. And in the video, Papa Smurf comes over, like pushes his other Smurfs away, and he like has his way with it. And then Gargamel comes over and finally gives Smurfette a good old facial.
And I thought Strokemon was weird.
Strokemon.
Yes, Strokemon. Alright, see you later, Jonas. But yeah, there's a lot of weird shit on the internet, of course. And just when you think you've seen it all, then something really stupid happens again. Like, I love the internet, but at the same time, sometimes it can just be a place where it gets a little overwhelming with how weird it gets. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. I think Casco.
Yeah, she got dinner.
Probably should get off the topic of
Yeah. We're being too much men right now.
Memes. I'll try and find. I'll pick up another story that I've wrote down. I just kind of think of stories and write them down so I can say them.
Like at least I know that they're true.
Yeah, we've just done a lot of rubbish, crazy stuff in the past. This one isn't like too funny or anything, but this is just a story that I personally find quite funny. It was this guy called James. We were friends with him, and he had a party. I think he had like a party quite a lot of times. And this one occasion, we went around, and there were like friend groups that were there. There was like, let's say, like 5 friend groups, and like no one was talking to each other. No one was like socializing. They were all just kind of sticking to each other. So you had like 2 groups in the living room, like a group in the bedroom, in the kitchen, outside, kind of thing. And me and my friend Marcus again, we were thinking, this is another boring party. I think a lot of the times we go to parties that aren't really too boring, like the one with me and Sam and stuff, but we just kind of think this is boring for us, so we try and make it interesting by doing loads of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, me and Marcus, we had a bit to drink and we thought we were quite hungry, so we looked in the cupboards and we found some Cheerios. And obviously, as I said before, like any food that you have after you've been drinking looks amazing, because you just think, I'm so hungry, I want to just consume, I want to eat everything. So we took this big box of Cheerios out the cupboard, and we just started like eating them. And people were passing through the kitchen, just kind of like just looking in, thinking like, what are they doing? And we're just like standing in the corner with like a big bag of Cheerios, just kind of going like, just like eating them all up. I go upstairs to go toilet, and by the time I come back downstairs, everyone is in the living room, and James has got the Hoover out, and I say to Marcus, like, what's going on? What why is everyone in the living room for? And by the time I finish my sentence, I look on the floor, and all of the Cheerios are just on the floor, like all in the living room. And Marcus looks at me and he says, "Tom, I think it's time we go." And I was like, what have you done? Why are all the Cheerios on the floor? And he says, I had a little accident. I was like, oh, yeah, fuck you did. You got all the Cheerios on the floor, dude. We were enjoying those. And then we kind of had to leave the party because we caused quite a big mess. And there was a photo that was put onto his Facebook the day afterwards, and it was his Hoover, and it just had Cheerios all inside his Hoover. I mean, it's not that much of a good story, but it's just kind of something that I thought was quite funny, because within the space of me eating Cheerios, going upstairs to the toilet, and then going back downstairs, everything had gone from being like absolutely fine to like shit hitting the fan completely within like a couple of minutes. I just thought it was quite funny to see that photo the following day of like a couple of hundred Cheerios sucked up inside of a vacuum, just like in the Dyson. He was fine with it, you know. James, he thought it was really funny, but he was more concerned about what his mum and dad would think, because he wasn't supposed to have a party, and he just posted a video of like Cheerios in a Hoover. I think he just said something like, he made up an excuse of why he posted that up on Facebook. Just thought it was funny though.
Oh man, I wish my life was as fun as that, or at least used to be as fun as that.
We just do a lot of dumb stuff. We've done a lot. I mean, a lot of really dumb stuff. We used to go out to like fields where it would just be like just us in the field for miles and miles and miles, and just have like campfires and burn things and just do things that normal people probably wouldn't do.
Well, that's fun though.
I guess it can be fun, but I don't know.
I mean, it sounds
It's
fun.
A lot of the things that we did, looking back on it, probably not the smartest or the safest. There was a time that we went into the field near where one of my other friends lived, and we, for whatever reason, thought it would be funny to explode deodorant cans.
Oh.
So we brought a bunch of deodorant cans and lighters along with us, and we would go to this spot, which is like a dip inside the field, and we would make makeshift flamethrowers out of deodorant cans by obviously lighting the lighter and then spraying the deodorant at the lighter. And when we were bored of that, we would like explode the deodorant cans. But looking back on it now, we could have got really fucking hurt. But at the time, I guess it was just kind of boys being boys.
Oh god, boys being boys.
Boys being boys. We used to just blow shit up. There was Marcus was. I think he's in the army now, and he had an air rifle for a bit, and we used to like shoot cans and stuff. Just lads doing lads things.
Still though, like, I never got to experience those kind of things. Like, my life was pretty fucking boring. It's my own fault too. Like, I just play video games and make jokes.
It is good for the most part, but no, like nothing. I don't think is going to ever top those moments. So, in my eyes, that kind of it has been the peak in my life, which I guess is a little bit darker than what I was going for. But
Yep.
But hey ho, that's life, right?
Yeah.
This is now dark stream. I need to liven this shit back up. Tell a story, Trav. Tell a funny story while I go toilet.
Okay.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Sounds good. Let's see. I could tell you guys about the time that my friend and I went on a spree of watching internet legend videos of back in the day. Like, y'all know when, what's it called again? 2 Girls, 1 Cup was like the hot shit that everybody watched. Y'all remember that? Like, should I tell the story about me and my friend just watching all that kind of shit? And just be absurdly focused with it? Like, we thought that was, well, no. Okay, no. Pretty clear. No. I guess we'll not talk about that then. Let's see. Oh, Gooby. Yeah, but my life hasn't been that, like, exciting or fun, or, like, I don't have those kind of stories a whole lot. The weird... No, that wasn't B. That definitely wasn't B. Definitely not. Let's see. I remember this one time when my my uncle and aunt had, like, their anniversary of their wedding. So we had, like, a big part of the family over. And we had, like, a cousin. And she was, I guess, in the peak of her hormones. Because for some reason she was really trying to bed one of us, like one of us, the cousins, and I was weirded out. Let's just say weirded out. Like, yeah, I was interested in doing the deed at the time, but my cousin? No, not my cousin. So the day passes, and like we get there, and the first thing my cousin says to me is like, "What happened to you?" I said, "I don't know. What did happen to me? Enlighten me." She says, "You grew all big and broad." I said, "Yeah, I grew. Boys grow. People grow. What's your point?" She said, "Never mind." And so later on, the same day, we saw like this little shed where apparently they stashed like the alcohol, the food, all that good stuff. And later on, when everybody was like inside doing their own thing, doing whatever, she decided that it was a clever idea to steal the whiskey from there. All I thought was, whiskey? We're 15. I was real innocent back then, wasn't I? And she stole it, and we took it like into the, I guess the youngsters' quarters where we would where the youngsters would sleep. Like all of the cousins would be unsupervised together. We would all be sleeping together in this one like bunker bed room where there was like 3 or 4 bunker beds. And her little brother, poor kid that he is, was always like exiled by her. Like whenever something was happening, her little brother was like not allowed to join in. Yeah, quarters. It was like this entire fucking room dedicated to like, I guess for teenagers to sleep, and there was like no actual like adults in there. It was pretty much like a free range. Gooby, you're in front of my goddamn screen. Fuck off! Sit there. So, we were there, and the night comes, and she was all of a sudden going past every cousin she would go by and sit like on top, almost as if she's, you know, ready, and going all kinds of, oh my god, I'm so this and that right now, and all of the guys are just kind of sitting there stunned, like, what's happening? Is this real? Like, she's our cousin, right? Like, second cousin, I guess? I didn't know the details. I didn't even know she existed until that meeting. But apparently she saw me when I was younger, because she was like 2 years older than I was. And yeah, she had like, you're a 2-year-old and you grew? Who would have known? She apparently thought that I was going to be a runt. Well, I wasn't, XD. In any case, she started, like... I really don't want to, like, dig into the details, so I guess she, let's just say... Let's just change things up a bit. Act as if we were... As if she was giving a back massage. So she was giving all the boys a back massage. And that means that she was on top of us. While she was doing that, she was saying things. These things were questionable. And we were just looking at each other. All the guys were looking like, did somebody spike her drinks? Is she drunk? Like, what in the fuck is happening here? And then eventually she decided that the cousin all the way on the left was going to be the one that she would bed, I guess. Like that would get the full massage. And we were just sitting there, just looking at her go, and was like, they weren't actually like going, I guess you could call it, because she never was able to get that far, because she would always get stopped a little bit by whoever the hell she's on top of. I'm really like looking for words in order to change this, because it's I have a weird family. In more than one ways. But oh well. She basically wanted to shag all her cousins. Weird. Yeah, of course you would let her, I'm at Mon. I don't expect any less from you. Oh, you didn't like that? I guess that's why, like, the deed is so open topic for me. Like, I've been exposed to it for so much and so long, it's like, yeah, whatever, it's just sex, like, nothing really, that groundbreaking. Guys, are you really still talking about those jokes? Oh, hey, Tom.
I am back with Cocoa Pops.
You love Cocoa Pops, don't you, Tom?
I really do. I'm such a child.
But yeah, I told the chat about my cousin that wanted to shag her own cousins, like at a anniversary.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You got some weird cousins, bro.
hell yeah, and I'm trying to look like for words that don't break Twitch TOS too much, but it's like really tough at the moment because I'm also hunting at the same time.
The innuendos are the best.
I love innuendos. Man, half my channel's built on them. That's how many of them I got. Oh, you didn't like that, governor? Could actually use some backup with this hunt. If only Cat was here. Great, those little shits actually pushed me away from him. Oh, Rathian, you bitch! No!
My band said this is ice cream.
Ice cream's your
My-
weakness.
My weakness in general, I'd say, is anything sweet after savoury. So anything after, if I have like a dinner or like a sandwich or something like that, I always go for like a couple of biscuits or like a chocolate or something like that, just because it's really sweet.
Hmm. You're a
It's
sweet
my-
tooth.
It's my kryptonite, yeah. Can't help it. That's why I'm having a cereal at almost at 10 at night. Well, here's the thing. Do you have your cereal hot or cold?
Cold.
I've yet to meet anyone else who has it hot yet.
That's a thing.
Obviously, things like porridge is hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always have things that like cereals like Frosties and Cocoa Pops and like Nesquik and shit. I used to always have those hot.
How do you warm those up? Microwave?
Yeah, just pop them in the microwave for a couple of minutes. And the reason for that is because my mum used to make me and my brother. She used to give us warm milk rather than just like cold milk. So when we used to eat our cereal, we used to ask for warm milk. So naturally, we've always just had warm milk. I wonder if anyone else has warm milk as well, or is it just like 1% of the population?
I don't know how you sharpen a hammer, Kami. I have no idea. Like one hammer in particular has is like an axe, but not this one. I'm trying to think of like more stories, but maybe like a few with my ex that I'm pretty sure I've already told. Not entirely sure. Or at least like the long-term fans of the channel will know.
I've got a few more, but I don't want to sort of hog the spotlight.
Nah, it's fine. Like, oh my god, those little shits actually stunned me. Great. Like, there's always tiny mobs ruining my combos because the hammer is so fucking sensitive. That's what I hate about the hammer. Like, every tiny little thing will stop you in your combo.
I need to like test the hammer out because I did want to use it with a Diablo set. Now that I've got the behemoth armor, I can give that a go maybe.
Does that one
Also,
have knockout power on it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm Madman as well. And your chat has just said about the warm milk. Warm milk is good, but hot cocoa is good. Like warm cocoa pops is literally like hot chocolate in a bowl with, you know, like little wheaty things. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Would recommend to anyone who loves chocolate.
Again, my combos get ruined by an external monster that's not even part of the quest. I hate this so much. But I've like, isn't warm milk like a way of like sleeping easily? Like people that have trouble sleeping, they just take warm milk.
Yeah. My brother used to have triple sleeping, so that's the whole reason why my mum used to give him warm milk. He used to you might find this quite cute. He used to go to my mum, and whenever he used to want warm milk, he used to say to her, "Baby Beaker nice." And whenever he used to say "Baby Beaker nice," I know. Whenever he used to say "Baby Beaker nice" to her, she always used to know he wants like warm milk. And naturally, as siblings do, I saw that and I was like, "Fuck is he getting some of that? Give me warm milk, bitch!" So she gave us both Baby Beacon Ice, which was warm milk.
That's one way of getting it.
I don't know why. I don't know why you should call it that. He just did. I guess, you know, kids are shit and weird.
Hell yeah, they're weird.
Probably because like it was only a couple of words that he knew that had to form a sentence with like, this is what I like. It's nice. It's in a beaker. You know, it's for a baby. So baby beaker nice. Probably. I don't know.
I love the logic behind that. But I don't think I've even had like warm milk to begin with. Like maybe like once or twice, but definitely like hot cocoa.
It's very good if you want to go. So it is very good.
Ugh, doing all these optional quests is such a bitch when you're alone.
Give ask Dom if he wants to join. I think he's finished streaming.
Oh, he is?
I think so, yeah.
You think Dom wants to tell some stories here? Or oh god. I didn't want this.
Is Dom in this chat?
No.
Do you want me to invite him?
I mean, sure. Go ahead. It's just our little private DM group that I started today with Kat and Shira. By the way, you guys, Shira wants to actually start an animation, which I'm gonna storyboard. So, yay. I'm a writer now. Can put that on my resume.
Storyboard, professional storyboarder.
I wouldn't say professional.
Just put it anyway. They're not gonna double check.
Golden tip.
No one ever checks your like your CV or whatever. No one.
Like, no, I believe you. Oh god, are you kidding me? I was just popping a potion and now I'm poisoned, you asshole. Now what do I do? No. Like, is Elliot back or not?
Oh, he messaged me earlier. I think he's back tomorrow or something.
Ah, fuck. You said that yesterday.
Uh.
Oh, I already have like a big idea.
He says it might be Wednesday.
Might be Wednesday.
Yeah, he's still at the hospital with it.
Damn.
He's yet to be discharged, apparently.
Scoliosis.
He'll have a good lengthy story. And he'll be that the first time you meet him as well. And then you already know all about him by just his no stuff.
Yep. What the fuck? Why did he cancel the drink? Why did he cancel the drink? God damn it. Are you fucking kidding me?
I've got oh shit. I've got a couple of other stories. I've got another like funny story. I've got a spooky story, or I have I guess a suspenseful story. I guess I'll call that. I think it's a freaky story for me because obviously it happened to me.
I have a few of those. But
a really creepy one. Oh, I'll call it like a near-death story.
what?
That'll be better. Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead, man.
Do you want to do a vote? See who wants what. So either a funny story, a spooky story, or a near-death experience story.
I think the near-death experience story sounds
the last
really
one just sounds
juicy.
so much better than the other two.
They do, especially like the way you say it, near-death story.
The near-death.
Near-death, Mr. Bond.
Sometimes it's okay to hit a woman.
If James Bond said it.
Don't fucking take that out of context.
Like, I remember seeing like this screen cap of like James Bond standing in front of a woman, and she's like in the bath, and she says, "Oh, can you hand me something to wear?" And he hands her like a pair of slippers, and she's like staring at it. And he sits down on a chair, going, "Well." Oh, it was great. Near death, near death. Okay, near death.
I do have one which is all three, like a spooky near death, funny one. But I think I'll save that for a different, like a stream where you can put like some spooky music on and stuff. Because I think people might enjoy that. Maybe we'll see.
Sounds good.
I can go over the near death one if you want.
Go ahead, man.
It's a tiny bit spooky, but it's more so like a coincidence kind of spooky. Okay. I'm still munching, so you hear me like eat. Anyway, this happened 8-ish years ago.
Whoa.
Myself, Sam, and my other friend were around Sam's house, which is about 4 miles away from where I originally lived. We planned on staying around Sam's house as like an all-nighter, staying up kind of thing.
Okay.
So we were watching movies, we were just like drinking and eating and just kind of trying to stay awake in that. And it got to about 2 o'clock in the morning. And my other friend, we'll call him Pete. Pete said, "Can we do something else? Like, I'm not feeling tired. I want to kind of stay awake. Can we just like go somewhere?" So I said, as a joke, like, "Oh, why don't we go to mine?" Because it was like 4 miles away and it was like 2 o'clock at night, or in the morning rather. And Sam and Pete said, "Let's do it." So I thought, okay, fine. If you both want to do it, let's do it as well then. So we each had bikes around at Sam's, so we each got on our bikes, and we went out towards my house, which again was like 4 miles away. And to get from where Sam lives to where I live, you have to go through a place which is almost purely countryside. So you have to travel maybe like 2 miles through countryside where there's no one. There is literally no one in there. There's no villages, there's no like little cottages, there's nothing, no farms, fuck all. Anyway, we're on the bikes. Well, I thought, this is why I was joking about it, because I thought if anything does happen, we can't really do anything. We've got phones, obviously, but I mean, who's going to answer the phone at 2 in the morning or whatever time it would be there?
True.
So we all got onto our bikes, and we all headed off to the place, like the countryside place, to get through there to go to my house. We started to cycle down through there, and it was pitch black, and none of us had bike lights because we were stupid kids, and we just thought, oh, we don't need bike lights because we're not going to go out in the dark and whatnot. We also didn't have any helmets. So again, don't do any stupid shit like this because it is stupid. Anyway, we were traveling down this huge hill, which is maybe like a mile between each, so it's like in the middle of both places. And as we were coming down it, I felt something was like really wrong with the bike that I was riding. And I thought, I'm gonna stop at the bottom of this hill and see what's wrong with this, because I can feel something's wrong, but I don't know what's wrong with it. So as I'm going down this hill, I'm traveling at like 50 miles per hour, say, on a bike or so. Maybe a bit faster, because there's literally no cars, there's nothing. So we, as little speed demons, thought it would be a great idea to just, you know, power our way down this hill in the pitch black, with no lights, no helmets or anything like that. Ridiculous speeds. And as I got to the bottom of the hill, I sort of called Sam and my other friend over, and I said, you know, let's get off our bikes a second. I just want to double check something. So I had a look at the handlebars, nothing wrong with them. The seat was fine, the chain, nothing wrong with it. And I went to lift my bike up to turn it over to see if the wheels were okay. The moment that I raised my handlebars up, the front wheel just came off.
What in the hell?
Front wheel just instantly just rolled away. The moment I lifted my handlebars slightly up off the ground, or like, you know, so that the wheel would rise up, and the wheel just rolled away. As that happened, I shit you not, within 30 seconds, coming down a deserted countryside road within at like 2:30 or something, 2:30 in the morning, is a police car followed by an ambulance.
Whoa.
They slow down to see if anything's wrong, and we kind of say, nope, nothing's wrong here, and they go. Had I came down that hill and maybe, like, you know, popped a little bit of a wheelie or something, or even hit a tiny bit of a bump so that my wheel rises up and my handlebars jitter a bit, I would have, you know, went straight off that bike at like 50-60 miles per hour with no protection whatsoever. Like, and then those 2 service cars would follow nowhere near more than like a minute afterwards.
Fucking hell.
I was spooked for that night. I said to my friends, like, I'm not riding this bike. I'm just gonna walk home, like, and just push it. And when we got back to mine, we just kind of went straight to bed. We just thought, fuck it, we're not gonna stay up all night. This just shook us a bit.
Understandable, but damn, dude, that's some That's like an angel on your shoulder that told you, no, no, you will not do that. Fuck, like, I've never had those kind of things, but that shit sounds scary. I've never had a near-death experience.
Just to clarify, some people in the chat, it's 50 miles per hour. It's not
kilometers.
It's just as a bit of reference, a cat can run at like 30 to 35 miles per hour or something. And we were, it's just a huge hill that you go down, and before that we were just like pedaling really fast on the bikes.
Oh, I think people were thinking that you pedaled that fast, like you were going that on a flat surface that fast.
Oh,
that
no,
would be kind of
it was
miraculous.
No, it was a hill. I just like put my legs up and it just took me after I did that.
That's a good Gooby. But that sounds scary as fuck.
It was the fact of those, the police and the ambulance following. Obviously they were not for us or anything. I'm not really that superstitious, but that night did shake me up a tiny bit. We happened to see something that may have needed to have stopped to see if
something was wrong. Well, I'd say you're pretty damn lucky that your instinct told you, hold on.
I even know what was wrong with the wheel. The bike that I had, the wheels weren't bolted in to the frame. Instead, they were the wheels that you have like a lever kind of thing, and you pull the lever out when you want to release the wheel. Then you like turn it, then clip it in.
Yeah.
And the lever had been clipped out, so someone, or just it happened to clip out. You know, maybe as I was riding it, or something. It reminds me of like Final Destination in a bit. But it was very surreal because like that wasn't even my bike.
Oh,
that was actually someone that I knew. Yeah, someone that I knew lent me that bike.
Well, man, that also sounds pretty damn scary. I think I'm gonna stop the stream actually.
Creeped you out too much.
Well, usually I stream for like 3 hours, and then I'm kind of done. So I think I'm gonna end the stream here because we've been going for obviously over 3 hours. So we're gonna stop the stream here. So I hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time, and goodbye.
Bye.